Hello and welcome back to our 5th episode of the Labyrinth of Thieves Campaign. We are your hosts and storytellers here from Wanderlustdnd, fresh off a brief break and ready to jump back into tonight's episode. Now, our 5 brave adventurers boarded the Silver Countess 2 days ago, and in those 2 days, they battled terrifying monsters, enjoyed an evening of drinks, woke up to find the ambassador of Minera murdered, worked together to uncover the killer and capture her, only to find that she had escaped and left off the side of the ship. Revenant was injured, Cashé prepared to face the consequences of Enethær's escape, Fenris battled on whether or not to get involved, Gizmo finished his contraption, and Al continued to berate Humphrey. We ended last session as the Silver Countess flew over the vast and beautiful city of Invention and docked at the air harbor. I do believe Cashé and Al, you were up on the upper decks, taking in the breathtaking sights of the city below. Gizmo stayed at his cabin, and Fenris and Revenant, I believe you went down below deck to watch the approach from the port windows. So, as we fade back into this moment, you all, in your respected areas on the Silver Countess, kind of all feel the of the ship coming to rest and dock at the air harbor. Is there anything anyone would like to do, discuss, or complete before you disembark?
Yes.
Oh.
I would like to go get changed into my street clothes and collect the children.
Very good. You can easily do that, leaving Al, unless Al is coming with you.
I don't think I'm going to go with the man to help him get changed. She seems fully capable of it.
Okay.
I'm going to check over Revenant and just make sure he's bandaged up, and then head out to meet with the others.
Yes, Revenant, how are you feeling, by the way?
Sore. I think I've stopped bleeding. And Revenant's going to do what Revenant does, and he's going to follow the rest of them, but he's going to stay as hidden as possible in the background.
Okay. So you guys kind of gather your items, your gear, whatever you brought with you on this journey, and slowly begin to make your way topside of the ship. Cashé, you gather the children, switch into your street clothing, and prepare to disembark. As you all kind of gather up on the top of the ship, the rest of the crew and guests are starting to kind of make their way around as well. You do see Al, as you are standing up there on your own. Someone does approach you. The lovely botanist who helped you yesterday make the antidote for the poison to save Enethær, kind of approaches you with a big smile on her face. You see Tenzin behind her, like, carrying all of their bags, like, trying to, like, maneuver his way, this tiny little 14-year-old boy, like, trying to move with all the stuff, and she just kind of walks over to you, big smile, and just says, "I'm quite sad we didn't get to talk more on this eventful journey. In any case, you impress me. You and your
I must say that I also find myself somewhat saddened, but also very pleased to have made your acquaintance. And you told me you are a resident of Avasha yourself, aren't you?
I am indeed, yes. I live up in the Upper Gem Ward. But perhaps, and she kind of leans in close, and you get a really strong smell of kind of like jasmine perfume. And she kind of grasps your hands, and you feel something slip into the palm of your hand. The professors and I have a little lounge we enjoy visiting after office hours. It's called the Brass Vault Meter. It's up in the Gem Ward near the Institute. Can't miss it, really. Give this to the doorman, and he'll make sure you find us.
Well, this is most generous of you. I would be only too delighted to come and find you there. Are there any nights that I might find you? Are you there most nights?
Most nights we go there, especially after all the students have retired.
And tell me, is it something I should... Is it a very private affair? Should I maybe keep it a bit hush-hush?
You're currently alone. Yeah, so no, there's
Yes,
no one else around you. So, well, the piece that I gave you there's only one ticket to get in where we are. But of course, your compatriots can come in. They just can't go where you're going, if you get my drift.
Of course, I understand.
I hope to see you there.
I very much look forward to it, and I will be there.
Good. She kind of tends in and kind of snaps her fingers and begins to move away off, and they disembark from the airship.
It's been a pleasure, my dear.
Delightful. She keeps walking. You find in your hand a beautiful polished piece of citrine, which is kind of a golden yellow crystal. And there are odd kind of symbols on this crystal. And it's about the size of the palm of your hand, so it's a decent size. What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Primordial.
Okay, you do not know what this is?
I will have to go and have a look at that later, so...
Okay. So, at this point, Cashé, you bring Ronnie and Belzal up to the upper deck. Fenris and Revenant, you join as well. And Gizmo is close behind. For all of those who are listening to the podcast, Gizmo is away this episode, so he will hover in the background for the time being. But you all kind of
tinkering on things.
Yeah, he's continuing to work on things. So, but as you all kind of gather up at the front or kind of the top of the ship, Taurus, actually the Clockforge individual, approaches Fenris and Cashé. This tall, nearly 6.5 foot tall Clockforge individual, very slender, approaches you both and kind of looks to you, Fenris, first. Turns out to be a rather unexpected journey across the sea. Wasn't it, Miss Fenris?
Again.
You seem to have something caught in your throat, dear.
Yes, well, wasn't really sure what to expect in the airship. I'm sure I didn't really expect someone to be murdered.
Yes, that was quite a surprise. I guess
Does it happen often?
In this city? More than you think. I should thank you, though. You and the Air Colonel looks over to you, Cashé, for not just assuming that myself or the fellow Clockforge were immediately responsible for the death. I understand it's common for us to be singled out first.
My line of work, I've been helped more by clockworks than hindered, so...
That is good to hear. I do understand the distrust. Sentience is as new to us as it is to all of you. But thank you. I should say as well, if you ever need a new outfit or are looking to just blow off some steam, come by the shop. I own the Measureless Knot in Midtown.
No, I'll definitely check it out.
Yes. Well, my business
If you're familiar with the city, I know that's where I find the Starforge Guild house.
Kind of, you don't see any facial expressions on Taurus. He is a Clockforge after all. But there is a pause, as if they're trying to kind of think what you're, about what you have asked. And it takes a moment, and I have heard of Starforged, but unfortunately I would not know where they're located. Perhaps someone else might be of more use. They're not in Midtown, I can tell you that.
Oh,
I recognize it.
You, Cashé, go ahead and roll a history check with advantage.
That is +2. That is a 17.
17, okay. You have heard of the Starforge Guild Hall. It is located in the Steam Ward, close to Carnival Row.
Ah, it's in the Steam Wars. Close to Carnival Row. I could get you there.
Well, they most appreciate it.
Well, there we go. Glad I was of no help. My business associate and I would be happy to host you anytime, so hope to see you in the future. Kind of gives a little bow with his top hat and continues off.
Of course, we'll definitely see you again.
Quiet moment. You do see some of the other passengers. Is there anybody else would like to speak to?
I'm good.
See. Can I find Mr. Blue?
Oh, God. Oh, all right. At the moment, you do not see Ivolo. Nor do you see Doris.
You see the third of the trio. I remember his name.
Yes, you do. You do see herself carrying a kind of a small bag, looking to quickly leave. And Fenris, as you are turning around and kind of looking for Ivolo, a different face kind of approaches you. You see the dark-furred tabaxi Sanmei to approach you and just says,
That's the second person I wanted to find.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Fenris. We wish only we could have been more help.
Oh, not to worry. You were very helpful indeed.
Well, we plan to stay in the city for some time until the dreams take us elsewhere, at least. We have a old friend in the red light district, Madame Essa. Kind of leans in close to you, and you can feel them reach out for your hands. Do you accept?
Yep.
Okay. You feel the warm, clawed hands grab onto you very gently, and kind of squeeze them, and they lean in close to your ear. And if you wish to talk more about Indiria, I can help you. You can find me there. Kind of pulls back. I didn't hear you.
I will definitely come find you.
Gives you a little squeeze.
Many thanks for your offer.
Of course. Kind of looks to the rest of you, nods, and begins to make their way off the ship as well. So, anything else anybody would like to do before they disembark?
We'll see what Indiria, gonna just inside check her, see if she had the talk
Had the talk.
that I advised her.
You're wanting to insight check Sanmei?
No, the Indira. The elf.
I'm sorry, I'm not following. Can you?
Oh, no, the who was looking for the elf lady.
The wife of Doris?
Yeah.
She's already disembarked.
Alright, never mind.
Okay.
She's looking to leave quickly, so.
She is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay, I'll start disembarking then.
Alright.
I'll just follow Cashé.
Alright. Cashé, are you leading?
Also,
Okay. Belzal kind of pulls at your sleeve and kind of just reaches up.
pick him up.
Okay. Heavy for even a 6-year-old, but he is a half-orc after all.
Mhm.
Kind of clings to you. Ronnie stays that foot away from you as you're walking, kind of crossed arms, and saunters behind you. But you all disembark, and as you do, you all see a sizable group of uniformed individuals encircle the entire platform. Cashé, you recognize these members as Minera's constabulary.
Are they stopping and interviewing everyone who gets off?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
They are dressed in clean, pressed uniforms, black and bronze buttons that go all the way from the collarbone down to the waist. You can see metal gear plate on their shoulders and as their gauntlets as well. All of them are armed with batons, some of them with foils. At the back, you can see a line of riflemen ready and not aimed at anybody, but just down and ready.
I'm gonna lean over to Cashé and just is this a usual welcoming party, or is this because of the murder?
This is definitely because of the murder.
I thought it might make things a bit expensive otherwise.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to get through some red tape.
In this group, what you notice the most out of, 20 to 25 individuals that are currently staring at everybody coming off the ship, kind of making notes of who is there. This is not in any comparison to the two elephant-sized Clockforge constructs that are standing at the back of this group. They look nothing like your companions, Gizmo or Humphrey. They sit back on two powerful metal legs, kind of a hunched over portion of their upper body. It kind of folds in on itself almost, and each support a very large cannon or Gatling gun. I will show you what you see. Cashé, you recognize these as peacekeepers.
Big guns.
Big guns.
Give me... no.
And these individuals these constructs are taller than Gizmo, wider built than Gizmo. But one thing you do recognize on both of these constructs is that there is no appearing of a face in that sense. There's no humanoid aspect of them. They are very much constructs.
Pure function.
Pure function, yes. At the head of the constabulary, you see a little bit of a commotion going on. You see an intimidating, nearly 7-foot-tall orcish woman. Black, wild hair, very bushy around her, just rich, verdant skin. Is currently speaking to a much shorter individual, about 5 foot, with a kind of bleach white blonde hair, razored sharp towards around her ears. She's currently wearing kind of like a white and black striped shirt with holsters under her arms. And you kind of see these two individuals are talking, and behind both of these women, you see a rather long, limbered bugbear with ashy kind of blue fur, long tipped ears. Quite slight for a bugbear, but he's kind of seems to be kind of motioning people forward and kind of bringing some of the passengers close. And as you do approach, you do start to hear some of the conversation going on. You begin to hear the shorter woman speak. Listen, Lady Eltane, I understand your frustration, but there's no reason for you to be here. I promise you I'll get the job done and I'll bring your little ones to you safe and sound. The orcish woman, and I hope you can understand, Inspector, that my children and their saviors are under my protection. Until further notice, you do nothing without my say. Impeding an investigation of this magnitude isn't something I recommend, Lady Eltane. The orcish woman crosses her arms. We will see. And at this point, Cashé, you feel Belzal begin to wiggle in your arms, going, Mutar! Mutar! Do you put him down?
I'm going to put him down.
Okay, you put him down. He rushes forward, and immediately all of you watch this orcish woman who is vastly intimidating, her tusks almost reaching up to the top points of her cheeks. She is massive, just completely melt as she hears her son, turns to him, bends down and scoops up tiny little Belzal in her arms, looks over to Ronnie and reaches out. You hear her begin to speak. Does anybody here speak Orcish?
No.
Yes.
Of course you do, Revenant.
Thanks. The-
Alright, so I think it'll be Revenant anyway. Revenant, what you hear coming from Lady Eltane is, my little stars, you have returned to me. By the huntress, you are safe. As she embraces her children.
I think it's big burgers.
You do? Okay, so both of you hear that. Again, going from this very intimidating woman to just soft with her children, and she then rises up to see all of you, recognizing you, Cashé, but out of uniform, it takes her a moment because she's only met you once before. But kind of looks.
Lady Eltane, and I bow.
Oh, Colonel, it is good to see you again. I can't thank you enough. And as she begins to speak, the other woman kind of pushes ahead in front of her. Passengers of the Silver Countess, welcome to Neliaheart Station. I am Inspector Vinny. This is my partner, Rook. If you kindly form an orderly line, we'll get you registered with the consulate, can't say that word in her accent, following the unfortunate events of the Silver Countess. Please, line up here. And she starts to kind of motion people forward, and you can see the other constables begin to kind of encircle all of you. And the other passengers. It's a little intimidating, though. There's no one, like, got their weapons out or anything. It's just this show of force, basically.
Is there any gaps? Or are they standing like shoulder to shoulder, or is he standing like a couple of feet apart from each other?
They are pretty shoulder to shoulder. This is a very small platform. And they are kind of in rows. Now they're kind of encircling all of you. And Inspector Vinny does approach Lady Eltane. Lady Eltane, who is this cat? Are you Air Colonel Cashé? I thought you were gonna be in uniform.
I don't always have to be in uniform, do I?
No, but you're part of this whole investigation, so I kind of thought, you know.
Little undercover work.
Right. Not necessarily what we want right now. Listen. Those of you involved with the suspects, kindly ask you to follow me. So who was involved with your event?
Is everyone behind me then?
Yeah. Do you all make yourselves known?
Oh, sorry. Yes. No. I I was observing your wonderful constructs.
Oh, the peacekeepers. Yeah, yeah. Oh, don't worry.
Peacekeepers.
Peacekeepers. Yeah, they were going to be decommissioned after the war, but we decided to use them. You know, keep people safe.
I'll get in line.
Okay, so you all watch as. Actually, I can show you now.
I'll just go up not beside Cashé, but just kind of on her kind of right shoulder, sort of as backup.
Okay. So, Inspector Vinny does kind of look at the five of you, and kind of all the other passengers are kind of starting to get, you know, brought away by Rook, her partner, and she's kind of left with you, looking up. I think at most of you, because I think you're all taller than her. But she kind of goes, look now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I need to ask you all a few questions before I can let you into the city. It's a formality. You can understand. Then kind of Lady Eltane beside her. As I stated before, Inspector, these individuals are under my protection, and I will be involved with any interrogations you have planned. Vinny kind of lifts her arms. It's not an interrogation. These folks are heroes. They rooted out the murderer of the ambassador. You know? Look, the prisoner then attacked one of you and escaped. So I need to ask you some questions.
All right.
Very good.
I didn't.
Follow me.
Anything you ask.
Oh, sorry.
Anything you say or ask.
Very good. I like this fellow. He knows what's going on. Kind of
Where
looks
are you taking?
you up
Where are
and
you
down.
taking us, Madge?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Kind of looks you up and down, Revenant. Okay. It's just taking you all in, basically. Right. Follow me. Turns. Begins to walk away, and you see 4 constables follow and kind of fall in behind all of you. Walk behind you as you go.
Is Lady Altain following?
Very much so. Lady Eltane is coming with you, and actually, because you asked that and are looking around for her, you also see another individual following Lady Eltane. You barely even notice this person until they started to move. They are dressed in almost this kind of fog-colored, almost this kind of ashy white and gold attire, hood up, very dark umber skin with these gorgeous kind of long dreads that hang low, and they have a striking rifle on their back. Appears to be some form of a mercenary following Lady Eltane, but again, you barely even notice them until they actually moved.
I missed that rifle.
It is a very nice rifle. And as this individual kind of falls in line, kind of behind Lady Eltane, next to you, Cashé and Fenris, I think because you guys are up at the front, you would notice that their face shifts a slight bit. Just a little bit of these feline features come through and then shift back as they continue forward. So, are you all following Inspector Vinny?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Rev?
Yep.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah,
You were the one I was worried about.
I just stand really still. Maybe they won't notice that I'm not coming along. Yeah.
They're like T-Rexes. They can only
Yeah.
see movement. So, as you all follow Inspector Vinny, you do see that Rook is currently going through people's papers from from all the passengers. There's a little bit of heated conversations once in a while, but you are led away. As you pass the peacekeepers, 2 of you notice something odd. As Cashé first passes by, Revenant, you notice something. As the peacekeeper turns its body to follow Cashé, and then goes back. And the second one that's beside it is staring directly at you, Revenant, and does the
Okay.
exact same thing.
Okay.
Nothing else moves, nothing else changes, but seem to have noticed something. But, in any case, you are led into a very strange contraption near the main portion of the station. Many of you have seen a more rudimentary version of this lifting platform that moves vertical. It's kind of like a gondola that moves vertical, but this ones that you've seen before are usually made out of ropes and pulleys. This one is attached with strong wire, like cables almost, and it kind of has enclosed doors. It's an elevator. It's a rudimentary elevator. Okay, that's what we're calling it. So Vinny kind of ushers you all in. You kind of have to squish together because you have a 7-foot-tall orcish woman with her children in there. But you all fit, you know, relatively well. You're all getting close. Oh, and a clock forge in there. So yeah, it's a little bit tight.
It's a bit of a squeeze.
It's a little bit of a squeeze, but Vinny kind of comes in.
Nobody fart.
Vinny kind of comes in and kind of squishes into you. Fenris kind of pushes into you and kind of goes, all right, pulls the lever down, and the gondola begins to move down.
Did the guards, sorry, you said the guards got on with us as well, the ones that were following us?
Yeah.
And we're all squished in together?
You are all squished in together.
Okay, I gotta pickpocket one of the guards.
Yes.
All right.
Oh
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
What's the little girl doing? Because she seems very pouty.
The little girl?
Yeah,
Oh, Ronnie.
Ronnie, that's her name.
She's not little. She's 14.
Yeah, compared to the rest of us.
Go ahead and make an insight check. Or wait, are you looking at what she's doing, or
Are you
Kind
robbing
of.
her?
okay, perception?
No,
check.
I'm just looking at her.
Oh, okay. If
to
you're
see
just
what she's
looking
doing.
at her, she's just standing next to her mom. She
I
does
suppose
not
is
look
she
as
is she-
pouty. No.
Okay. Doesn't look as pouty.
No.
I'm just gonna do Misty Visions to make a kind of like a whale breach in front of her, and then go back down underneath the lift.
Okay. She kind of looks a bit like that's weird, but Belzal is. He just gets really excited because he can see it too.
Mhm.
She's trying to look like she doesn't really care, but she thinks it's pretty cool too. But
Okay. I'm just gonna have it move and kind of breach up behind her and come in front of her. And
okay. Vinny kind of goes, "What's all with that magic shit? Not now. Like we've got some important things to be dealing with right now."
mind your tongue, bad. Children need entertainment.
Kind of looks at them. Sorry. And just kind of stays quiet. But you all kind of continue down. Revenant, go ahead, roll me a sleight of hand.
Yeah, I got 27.
What?
Let's
the
ask if my display gives an advantage, but never mind.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
3.
Of course, it's a 3. So you reach into this individual's pocket, and you actually notice that the person right next to you, I'm assuming you're pickpocketing the constable that's next to you, is actually a tiefling woman, red-skinned. Her horns are actually kind of up and curled around the kind of helmet that they're wearing. Her tail's kind of tucked in close to her because everything's so squished. And you manage to just kind of slip your hand into her coat, and you pull out a fucking shock bomb.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is basically you can throw it however far you can throw things depending on your strength. And within 15 feet, every creature must make a dex save or take 3d6 lightning damage.
Nice. I will immediately pocket it,
Okay.
and then start considering who in the party I'm going to give it to, considering my strength bonus is -1.
Fair.
I'm sure that giant clockboard can throw it pretty far.
Yeah, hydraulics.
Rotate arm a few times and then let go.
It's possible. It is possible. Okay, so you all go down about 4 floors, and Vinny then leads you out into a long passageway, where at the end of this you do see 3 more armed police standing and waiting outside the door. Vinny kind of approaches the door and kind of lifts her arms out. All right, in here, nice and cozy.
Each my way in.
Okay.
Yeah, follow the line.
All right, you're all going in.
Mm-hmm.
We'll enter a rather lush-looking office. Walls are a mixture of stone, brick, and intermixed in our glass panels where you can actually see like gears of clockwork moving inside, which is kind of interesting and strange. And you're kind of wondering, where is that going and what is it doing, or is it just aesthetics? It's kind of it's an odd, but you can kind of see that parts of this wall are all moving. There is a large window out the back, kind of looks out over the large train station. You can see raised platforms, bustling people everywhere. It is very, very busy in Neliaheart Station. There is a very large table in this room, big enough for all of you. Vinny brings in 2 of the police and closes the door behind them and sits at the head of the table. Go ahead, make yourselves at home.
I stand awkwardly.
Do you all stand awkwardly?
The nice chair. I will go and sit on the nice chair.
They're wooden. They're not like plush or anything. They're just wooden chairs.
Still sit on the chair.
Okay.
My legs are tired.
Reverend's just gonna start moving around the room, picking up anything that you can see, and just like looking at it and then putting it back down.
Okay. Fenris?
I'll just move over to the wall and cross arms and lean back against it.
Cool. So 2 people. I'm gonna assume that Gizmo would also not sit. So 3 people, 4 people are currently
He'll
standing,
probably sit on the floor.
and
He'll
only
probably sit on the floor.
Al sits in the chair. Cool. Okay. So Vinny kind of waits for all of you to sit, and there's this really awkward, quiet silence. She doesn't look bothered though by it, but she's staring at all of you.
What are all the tubes and gears and things for?
Oh, you mean in the walls?
Yes.
I think they're just making things work around here, you know? It's a moving city. Everything moves. I don't fucking know. I don't work here. Oh, sorry. And she looks over at the kids again. Look, and reaches into her coat, pulls out kind of an odd-looking bauble of some kind, and kind of twists it 3 times clockwise, and then it kind of hovers out of her hand into the center of the room. You can all kind of see dull areas of it kind of pulse as kind of arcane is moving through it. I need everyone to make a charisma saving throw for me, please.
Oh yeah, I got these down.
Oh yeah.
I was about to ask if I could like peer into it and start looking.
I mean, you can if you want, but I need a charisma save.
Okie dokie.
24, okay.
12.
12, okay.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20
Ooh.
plus 2.
Okay.
I can drill to my phone now, so. Oops. $22.
22. I should roll for Gizmo. I'm sorry, Gizmo, you got a 12. Okay, so I believe it's Al and Gizmo. I should roll for Lady Eltane. Hang on. Lady Eltane does not make it either. Neither does
Then I'll get a
Belzal.
natural 20.
Neither does Belzal.
Yeah,
Sorry?
yeah. I got a 12, but the gal got a natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So it's Revenant, Gizmo, Lady Eltane, Belzal, Ronnie. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna say Cashé and Al. No, Al was in the natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as this goes off and you feel that kind of essence energy pulsate over you, you immediately know what this is because you resist it. That was a zone of truth.
Ooh.
So, those of you who passed are okay. Those of you who are not, who did not, which was Revenant and Gizmo and all the Altanes, you cannot say a deliberate lie while speaking. You can wish around the truth, but you can't lie.
Good luck, Rev.
Rev doesn't lie. Ever.
So,
Liar.
love this.
I'm
Vinny,
just thinking to myself, this is the perfect opportunity to learn about my teammates.
with 3 of them saved, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But anyway, Vinny takes out kind of a little notepad and, alright, so let's start with your names.
I suppose I'll go first. It's probably alphabetical. Alnilam Enethær.
Cashé San Visage.
Nah, you're gonna have to spell that.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's A-L-N-I-L-A.
She stops writing.
M. You can call me Al.
Very
it's
good.
fine.
We'll do that.
Al is fine. Enethær. I-T-E-R.
IT, yeah, okay. Alright. And you? Looks at you, Cashé.
Did you and you meet? I may not be in my uniform,
try
but
to cheat everyone the same. It's part of the job. Just give me your damn name.
Air Colonel Cashé San Visage.
Just writes your first name.
So, so I need to try something here.
All right.
While she's taking their names, I'm gonna step in behind Gizmo, or at least if I stand behind Gizmo, am I hidden kind of from view of most people, or is there somewhere I
oh.
can find in the room that I can hide for a second?
Are there guards behind us at the door?
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
Yeah.
There are two guards staring at you. There's Vinny staring at you. And Gizmo isn't fully humanoid. His whole middle section is actually, like, open.
Okay.
If that
Is
makes
there
sense.
anywhere I can kind of get out of their eye line for a couple of seconds?
I'll be really honest with you. I don't actually think so, not in this. It's an interrogation for a reason. They're staring at all of you.
Yeah, okay. Never mind, so.
Okay. If you can think of... Yeah, see, it's a 30-foot room for a reason, so this Zone of Truth works. Is there something you're trying to do other than just hiding?
I wanted to kind of get out of everyone's view and then go invisible.
Okay. I mean, okay, so you are more than welcome to try. I will allow you to try, but everything is going to be a disadvantage. And I just think about the consequences, because most likely you are going to be seen, and why there's not another person in the room all of a sudden, if that makes sense. So just, I'm not trying to metagame, but just have a think about that.
Yeah. No, I'm okay. I'll just stay in the corner, quiet.
Okay. All right. So, she moves to you, looks to you, Fenris.
Fenris.
Fenris, finally an easy name. Very good. Al, Cashé, Fenris, and who's your Clockforge friend?
That's Gizmo.
Gizmo. All right. Perfect. I believe there was a fifth one of you. Kind of looks around, finds you, Revenant. Kind of looks you up and down.
I just
Mask
look
looks
over.
familiar. You're not part of the Nightingale Guild, are you? I jest. Sorry. I'm just trying to loosen you guys up a little bit. There's nothing really to worry about. What's your name?
Revenant's just gonna stare at her for like a solid 30 seconds without saying anything, and then just go, Revenant.
Revenant? I mean, it makes sense with the aesthetic with the mask. Ooh, alright. Writes it down. Now, very good. First time in Minera, it seems, for most of you. What brought you here in the first place?
I suppose I'll go first again. Well, I came, well, for, I heard wonders of this city. I heard it was a fantastic sight to behold. I'm a bit of a craftsman myself, I suppose. A very much curious individual. And yes, I found myself at a point where I wanted to move on. I'm here seeking my fortune, as it were.
Ah, yes. You wouldn't be the first. Welcome to Minera, then. Cashé, I'm assuming you're returned. I shouldn't assume. Why are you here?
As you can see, when I came off the boat, I was escorting Lady Altin's children safely back to Minera.
Right, yes. Alright. And yourself? Looks to you, Fenris.
Here to find some people in the Starforge Guild.
Starforge. Interesting. And you, Clockwork. You know what? We're gonna pretend that he just answers, because I don't know what Gizmo would say in this regard, except for returning.
I'm just the courier.
I'm quite certain he is gonna say that. I'll ask Chris when I get a chance to. Looks over to you, Revenant.
I'm a tourist.
Tourist. Very good. All right. Now, hopefully, the rest of your stay here will be a little less eventful. But in any case, can you all tell me what happened in your own words?
Well,
She kind of slight rolls her eyes and looks to you, Al.
hey, I'm just following, the
No.
alphabetical order and
Go
things.
ahead.
Um,
No. I thought
anyway.
the military officer would be... No, go ahead, Al. Yep.
Seems a bit quiet. But yes, no. So, well, we were all having a lovely journey on the boat. We had a nice, evening of getting to know each other, talking, drinks, all that. Only for the next day to be rudely awoken by terrible shock and dreadful wails of sadness and terror upon the discovery of the body of the ambassador, who evidently had been killed with some kind of poisonous construct type thing. I'm not entirely sure. But we identified the poison. And then, let's see. Oh, yes, so after that, we went on a bit of a questioning tour, as it were.
No, I'm sorry. Keep going.
And- I'm sure it's been a long day. You worked very hard here, I'm sure. Well, yes, no, anyway, I'll be brief. So, we interrogated people, we asked around, we did some detective work. It seemed for a while that blame was being placed upon Cashé, finding some rather questionable things under his cot. But then
Her.
upon her, sorry, yes. Sorry. Upon finding these things, we then decided,
Sorry, I don't mean to stop your flowery story. What things, exactly?
I believe, sorry, 1 second.
Do you have
I have it written down.
papers or information that could be leading to help with this investigation? Looks to all of you.
I want to look at Al. I think I have them, don't I?
I think you have something. I'll be honest, I was a bit dazed at the time. I don't really remember. But anyway, we discovered afterwards that it was the nanny. The brilliance of our deducing, I cannot remember at this moment, I'll be honest. I would have to think on it. In other words, I'd have to read my notes. Just kind of off the top of my head. But yeah, so we captured the nanny and we interrogated her. She attempted to poison herself. We managed to craft an antidote with the help of one botanist who was on board. And then... and sorry, someone just shared a very funny gif.
A
that
very
is quite
funny
relevant.
gift.
Yes,
This situation, yeah.
exactly. And yes, so we interrogated. We then put her to bed, as it were, under guard, only for her to escape in the middle of the night. Wound one of us in the escape attempt, and then jump clear off of the airship.
To her presumed, glances at the children, end. Correct?
I mean, I hope so. It would be very confusing if not.
It's very interesting. Thank you again for that vivid storytelling. But I have to ask and circle round to a few questions that I have.
Oh, I forgot to mention the cocktails.
Maybe another time. I'm gonna circle back to this information and what led you to believe it was Enya and not your air colonel.
My notes?
I'm looking. She is looking to everyone as well, by the way. So, you know, unless y'all just leaving it to Al.
Well, it was simple because I didn't do it.
You can understand being in the position that you're in. That might not cut it. We might need some evidence.
I remember. Sorry. Yes, as I said, we identified the poison. We identified what it was. Sorry, if I may interject here again. Once again, very sorry.
Of course, yeah.
Anyway,
You're gonna go ahead
so
anyway,
we identified the poison, as I said, as
Mhm.
being clever as we were. It was a certain Lyriolite, I believe. Very dangerous stuff. Anyway, and this particular deadly substance has a test that can be conducted to see if anyone has been in contact with it recently.
Hmm.
A substance is applied to your hands, and to see if there's any marks that come up as well afterwards. We did this to multiple people after finding something under Caché's cot. We then decided that we would interview everyone in the room, in Caché's room, and we interviewed the nanny, performed the test, and lo and behold, she had the marks on her wrist, proving that she had been in contact with the substance recently, and Cashé did not.
And was there?
She also ranted at length about how she did it.
Oh, she did afterwards, yes. She'd confess.
You actually heard a confession.
Yes.
Yes.
All of you.
Yes.
I'm surprised she hasn't mentioned that part.
I didn't? Oh, no, I didn't. Yes, no. She confessed during interrogation, yeah. We didn't lock her up after interrogation just because we still suspected her and there was no proof.
Is this true
After-
for all of you? She's looking.
Yes, after she took one of the children hostage, we managed to call her and subdue her.
Glances
happened
over to
too.
you, Revenant. Did
He's
you?
just not in agreement.
All right. That all seems to make sense for now. What was this nanny's name?
And yeah.
Enya, did you get a surname or anything? Anything more about her?
I didn't learn all that much about her other than her roots with
I
the rebels.
feel I can interject here. Lady Altain kind of comes forward. Enya Ferjin was the name she gave us, at least. Vinny kind of writes down the name. And how long did she work for you, Lady Altain? About a year and a half or so. A mutual friend introduced us. Vinny continues to write everything. Right. So, after you caught Enya and subdued her, did you learn anything else? Who she was working for?
Working with the rebels. Who else?
The rebels. Did you get a name?
I did, but I forgot it right now.
It's all right.
Where's my note?
Avashaliarm.
Ah, fuck. I was afraid to be that. Well, nothing we can't handle. Very good. So, I have it in my notes from... Who's this? Kiliad. Kiliad? I don't know who that is. But anyway, I have it in my notes that she attacked one of you. Who was that?
Revenant is just like hold his hand slightly up.
It's like a kid scared of
Yeah, like a kid just like.
Aww.
Oh, if you're injured, I'm happy to call a Magictek for you and get you fixed up.
Fine, she's treated on board.
Very well. Kind of looks you up and down again, Rev. Just a little weirded out, but very well. So she
Our
attacked.
clockforge is quite adept at medical use.
Very good. Well, I'm assuming there'd be someone else on the ship as well who could perform a bit of emergency.
Yes, a lovely botanist we talked to.
Very good. Good. So she attacked and she fled. Did anyone see her jump off? Or are you just assuming she jumped off? I mean, there's really no other place for her to go. We'll find her if she's hidden in the ship, so...
I saw someone jump off in the distance. Since he was no longer there when I found evidence of the struggle, then yes, she was gone.
Interesting. Well, we have teams out searching the area. If she turns up, we'll find her. Kind of glances over at the children. You're brave kids, aren't you? Quite eventful first crossing. Awkward. Kind of changes the subject. Well, look, I hope you can all understand that the death of the ambassador, things are a bit tense right now. The warden has ordered a full investigation into the situation. For the first time being, we ask you to stay close to the city, in case we need to follow up with any more questions. You can understand.
Of course. I will be at my house, and the others are more than welcome to be with me if they wish.
Have you a place for us to stay?
Leads me into my next question. Where are you all staying while you visit Minera, so we can come find you if we need to?
Oh, yes. Take an invitation. But if I'm not there, you can probably find me at the Starforge Guild.
Right, yes, okay. Starforge. What's your address there, Cashé?
The Gem Ward,
Gem Ward.
near the institution. In the officers' houses.
Very good. All right. We'll assume you gave the full address, so she has that written down.
Yeah.
To you, sir, your Clockforge friend and your quiet one. Are you all staying there too?
I mean, honestly, I'd be delighted to if Cashé is happy to have us. That'd be wonderful.
Alcohol.
Say again?
I have alcohol.
Yeah.
Sold. He was sold before. Now it's even more.
Cashé, you and I are going to become very firm friends.
Yes. It's very necessary in this company. It makes a sounding cocktail.
Oh, outstanding. Maybe I'll be
Like
stopping by,
peaceful white noise.
asking you some questions more. Very good. And Gizmo also says that he'll be staying there. Looks to you, Revenant.
Revenant just like shrug, and then like move closer to Cashé, I suppose.
You don't like talking very much, do you?
Shakes his head, saying no.
Kind of looks you up and down. Huh. Doesn't say anything more. Just seems to stare at you in a way that you would stare at someone. You recognize the telltale signs of someone very much taking you in at more than just face value.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in any case, glad to know that you're going to be staying close by. We will be in touch if you have any more questions. So there's only one last thing I need to address with all of you. I need you to hand over any evidence that you came across during your time with Enethær. And let's pretend that, let's not pretend that I don't know. I know you found some form of evidence, paperwork, whatever it is. We need it. You can understand. This is a very tense time. So instead of having us search all of your bags for it, I'm giving you the option to give it over now.
I have it, don't I?
I think you do.
You have the papers. I have
think, yeah.
I have one of the blackboard.
I will go and get the papers, so because I think they're the
The things right under your cot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Okay.
I'll hand them over.
Okay, so you hand over.
I'll hand over one of the clockwork spiders.
Which?
You hand over which?
The clockboard spiders.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
I have one of those.
you do have one of those.
Thanks.
Yes.
Someone else has the other one.
I probably have the test or whatever for the poison and a vial of the antidote
I
still.
think you do. Yeah, yeah.
Would I be able to hand those over
Yeah,
too?
you can if you want.
And any like research notes I had when I was like studying the
Yeah.
venom.
Anything you guys want to hand over? Just tell me what it is now, and that'll be what I'll take. So
One upwards to
spider, the antidote, any notes about the poison, the notes found under Caché's bed, which were about that was the ambassador's date book, correct? Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, so that's what you guys are handing over.
Did we take anything off of? Just like obviously not asking the group in person, just more for memory's sake. Did we take anything off of her?
No.
I don't think so. Nothing.
I took her 2 daggers.
Oh yeah.
You took her 2 daggers.
Took 2 daggers, yeah.
Okay.
And the ring.
So I'll hand the 2 daggers over.
And a ring.
Yeah, don't forget the ring.
I have forgotten the ring.
Come on,
Somebody took the ring. Cashé has the ring.
No.
Did I take the ring?
No.
What?
No, I took the ring, didn't I?
Revenant took the ring.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So perfect. So you've given her the notes about the ambassador. I do believe you also have Ivolo's notes as well, because you took his bag off of him. But that's up to you if you guys want to give that over. It's up to
What
you.
were his
Keep
notes?
that.
No, I'll keep that.
Okay, you'll keep that. Perfect.
I'll just hand over the clockbook spider and
You all
keep
hand
his notes.
an immense amount of evidence over to Vinny, and she kind of looks at it all on the table and then looks to all of you. You couldn't have been handing this. It would have saved us so much more time while he was blabbering about. Anyway, thank you.
You never asked. You asked us to explain what happened.
You kind of just assumed that. Anyway, okay.
Well, it would have been very rude to interrupt him.
This is my first interrogation.
Let's just keep it your last, all right? And so she kind of gathers the things and looks over the notes that were put under Caché's bed. And go ahead and all of you roll me a perception check.
I can perceive things. Oh yes,
Can
I
you?
can.
Check
Yeah.
your
Perceive things.
check your levels.
18.
18, okay.
Perception. 20.
Dirty 20.
Jesus, dirty 20, 18.
22.
22.
It'll be a bit slower.
For a second,
19.
Mark, I thought. Sorry.
What was that?
Hmm?
What was that?
19. What was
Jesus.
it? 19.
19.
For a second, I thought you were taking out your calculator. It's like I have so many things to add to this.
There's so many things.
No, I have to do this on my phone.
Oh,
okay.
okay, okay.
I'm only working off the laptop, so
Yes.
I don't have my extra screens.
Okay, so funny enough, this actually works really well because Vinny doesn't hide shit very well. She's pretty face value. So all of you very much audibly hear her go, "You fucking idiot," as she's like looking through all of the dates and all of the information about the ambassador, and kind of just not my place to say anything. It's up to the conclave. Kind of gathers all the notes together, and you kind of get with all of those rolls. And again, she's easy to read in this situation. She looks pissed, frustrated, and not at any of you. It's more, the more she's learning about this, the more she's getting upset.
Okay.
And kind of straightens her shirt and kind of, all right. Well, you've all been a fucking delight to be around. Is there anything I can help you with? Any questions you have before I release you?
Yes. You can stop swearing in front of the children.
And she looks over again. It's just kind of, what? Sorry. And Lady Eltane is just silent anger. And well, okay. On that note, then, is there anything else I can help you with?
I think we're good.
Good. All right. Well,
Quick question: Did she sign anything while we were in the room with her? Like, did she write her signature on any of these documents or anything?
Who? Vinny? Or-
Yeah. Vinny.
No, Vinny wouldn't have signed anything on the documents. Are you looking for signatures?
I just wanted to see if she wrote it so I could, forge it later on.
Oh. I would say
Very good.
go ahead and make a perception check for me.
That is a 21.
21. I would say, while she didn't sign anything because all the documents are kind of like they're evidence, so she doesn't want to tamper with any of them. You, from your kind of location in the room, you have easily been able to watch her write things because she's been writing quite a lot while Al was speaking. I wouldn't say all of you, but Al was speaking. There's a few doodles as well, and a few like little like stars and like circles and just kind of shaded in shapes. But you got a sense that you could potentially forge something from just kind of watching her penmanship. Would it be her signature? You might have to kind of test it out a few times, but you get a sense of her writing the way she writes. So
Awesome.
she misspells nearly everything on purpose as well. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Anyway, so she kind of well, and she gets up. It's been a pleasure. Keep out of trouble. Seriously, a lot of eyes on you right now. So best of luck. And kind of turns and kind of waves over the police, who kind of straighten up as she gets up and follows her out. And they leave the door open. You all are in the room now, on your own.
Turn to Lady Altain. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes, it's the least I can do after what you've done for my house, for my home, my children. I can't thank you all enough for keeping them safe during this.
It's my absolute pleasure. Honestly, they're great kids.
Ronnie kind of crosses her arms and doesn't look at you. Belzal's just like clinging to his mom, just happy out, kind of starting to slowly fall asleep.
Nice.
Well, I should probably do proper introductions for all of you. My name is Okantar Altain. I want to personally thank all of you for keeping my little ones safe. I don't quite understand Enya's behavior. She was such a lovely young woman. Just glad they're safe.
She had some beef with the ambassador in Orcish.
Replies to you in Orcish. Never mentioned having any beef, as you call it, with the ambassador. She never really talked much about politics.
All by design, unfortunately.
Just never expected her to be involved with such rabble, you know?
I think that's why they chose her.
I doubt she had much choice in the matter.
Perhaps. I understand.
She lost someone close to her. Groups like that tend to take advantage of her.
Her brother, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, she spoke of him often, yes. I do believe she missed him greatly. In any case, I'm sure you all must be exhausted and probably want to settle in. But please, I would like to extend an invitation for you all to join us for dinner, perhaps in a day or so, to thank you for your bravery. And you're welcome at my home anytime. It's in Dersu Square, near Moonspire Lane.
Thank you. It would be an honor.
Yes, of course. And if there's anything I can do to help make your time here, Minera, more pleasant, I know you, Al, kind of looks over to you. You were talking about your inventions, your craft. Have you checked out or have you heard about art?
Art?
Yes,
I mean... Go on.
Yes, they're the Artifice Residence Technologies Guild. I do believe they have a kind of main house or main hall, if you want to call it that, in the Craftsman Square. Might be an interesting place to start if you're looking to get your name out there.
Well, that definitely sounds like something I need to do, I'm sure.
Very good. And in any case, I hope you all have something fun planned this evening. Both a bit of steam.
Cashé, I'm expecting you to bring us to the best place in town.
She kind of is holding Belzal, but kind of gives a small laugh. Well, that's the wayward bliss, if anything.
The wayward bliss.
That was what was in my head, all right.
Oh, very good. Very good. Well, in any case, thank you all for keeping my little ones safe. Kind of does a nose kiss with Belzal. Kind of looks to you all. Come by anytime. You're always welcome. And gives you all a
Thank you, lady.
bow. Which is odd because she doesn't really change her height at all. She's still very, very tall, very intimidating. Grabs Ronnie's hand and begins to lead them out of the room. And you do see, again, barely noticed her until she started to move, but the bodyguard standing right outside the door seems to move to the side as Lady Eltane moves out and then follows very closely behind. Doesn't even look inside at all of you, just is completely focused on what she's doing. And they go out of sight. And as you all are now alone in this office, I think we'll take a quick break so we can stretch our legs
Lovely.
a little bit, get some water,
That's right.
and we'll be back shortly. welcome back. Hope you all enjoyed the break, and we are going to get stuck back in as you all sit, stand. Actually, only one of you sitting. The rest of you are standing awkwardly in the room on your own. Lady Eltane and the children, as well as their bodyguard, has left. You are alone. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna walk straight up to Fenris and hand him the shock bomb. Hand her the shock bomb.
I'll take it, look at it, I think. What is this?
You've never seen anything like that before, Fenris.
For helping me. And then I'll just walk out the room.
I'll turn to Cashé and ask the same question. What is this?
Do I know?
Go ahead, roll a history check.
History! I don't know, because that's a 4.
Okay. You don't recognize this. I mean, you've seen things similar in the sense of grenades. You've used those before in the military, but this looks a little bit different. A lot smaller than what you're used to.
Sort of grenade thing?
And that is?
Throw it, it goes boom.
Oh, well, very well. I'll step it into my backpack.
Very good.
Okay, shall we go to my house? Drop your things?
Fantastic. It seems Revenant already knows the way. Somehow.
Yeah. Revenant?
Okay. Revenant, as you leave the room, kind of following back the way you came, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, you go and stand right in front of the lift. There's really no other, places to go at this point.
Do I now have to operate it?
You would have seen Vinny do it, so...
Okay. I'll, pull the lever or whatever I have to do there.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
A 4.
Okay. You start going up.
Okay. Wait
Do
for
we
everyone else to
see-
get on, but
Yeah,
bye.
I see Revenant
Do you wait for everybody else to
going
go
up.
on?
Oh, I'll just go. I've got.
You're just going?
You're just going?
Revenant?
Yeah.
Revenant?
Okay.
What?
All of you just watch as the kind of gondola elevator system just starts rising up and going back towards the platform. That
is definitely not the right way.
Is there another one
Is
of
there
those?
another
Should
one?
we follow up?
no, there's just one at the moment on this particular area.
Revenant, you just hear in your head, that's the wrong way, you know.
Revenant, you hear Caché's voice in your head.
You can reply to this message.
Okay. Yeah, Rev will probably just reply being like, "What?
What?
But
Not even the full what, just what?
What?
Revenant, you up to the top. There's no one on this platform in particular. You're just on an empty platform. As the kind of metal doors kind of open up, you get blasted with wind because you are very high up on the air docks at the moment.
pull the lever and go back down."
Okay. All of you hear the gondola go at the top, and it's slowly down. Stop at your floor. You can all get on, and you can basically bring the crank downward, and you go down to the ground floor. You begin seeing kind of signs leading towards the main heart of this station. The place is bustling with people, pushing past one another, hurrying to catch a train or a trolley. It is quite loud and quite busy. for a few of you, this is possibly a little overwhelming. But Cashé, you know the city well. You know how the transports work. There are a few ways that you can travel around this city. Number one, you can walk. Obviously, there's plenty of places, pedestrian, kind of roads. It will take you quite a bit of time. To get to your house is a good almost hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. So that's one way. And you guys can enjoy the sights as you're walking. You also know that there is a trolley system. There are 4 lines that lead to different districts of the city. They are 1 silver each. They're actually built on raised platforms above the walkways, so not to disturb those who are walking, or any of the steam steeds, or any of the other forms of travel. Or you can hire a steam coach if you wish. They range between 6 and 8 silver.
I will take them to the trolley station.
Okay. So you all follow Cashé towards the trolley system. They're very large, kind of like light rail almost, and they do just kind of seem to be centralized around a Ethereum core, much smaller than the one that you saw on the ship. The one in the ship was massive and just always like glowing and almost just powered. This one is very, very much smaller and just kind of just barely gives a little oomph to the trolley as it moves. But you, Cashé, know that you are looking for the Iron Line, which leads to the Iron Ward and the Gem Ward. Let me see if I can get that up. Let's see if I can show you. There you go. Do y'all see it on the map?
Yep.
Oh,
The
yeah.
white line.
So
Mhm.
you are all currently here, coming out of Neliaheart Station. And you can take the Iron Line out to the Craftsman Square, which is Lady Eltaine mentioned to you, Al. And then it would just be a quick, kind of like 10-minute walk up to Caché's house.
So what is this trolley system like? Is it comfortable?
At least comfort, huh? It's quite comfortable as they go. Come on.
Okay.
Does everyone have a silver?
Absolutely, that's very cheap. For such incredible technology,
That's
I mean.
so cheap.
I'm speaking relatively compared to things that I would see. This kind of marvel, from where I'm from, would be very expensive.
About numbers, I think, than good economics. We can make it very cheap.
It is the public transport, basically, of the city. Many of you would be used to very large, almost carriages that are pulled through cities like Ulster Arcadia, drays and things like that. You wouldn't. Nowhere so far has had a type of trolley system like this. And as you all kind of board onto this kind of double-decker, almost, it's like 2 rows that you can go up to the top, or you can go up to, or you can stay on the first kind of floor, basically. It's nice. Like, I mean, they're hard seats, but they can fit a good 30, nearly 40 people. And the one you are currently getting on is quite full, so you all can kind of find your way on, and the trolley takes off, and you head straight out of the station, right across the water immediately, and into the Iron District, or the Iron Ward. And here you can see that a few people are disembarking here and there. Some are quite distracted, talking to one another. A few of them are kind of looking you up and down, like you as a group, because you're quite a odd group of individuals. But then others are hurrying away, and as you're passing by, and kind of getting the view of this city from a different... I went to the wrong thing. Hang on. There we go. As you are coming through the Iron Ward, you notice that it is very much a kind of industrial side of things. The air is very thick here. You can hear the sound of like steam and the banging of metal and grinding of different tracks that are going on in this area. You see a lot of people working and moving. It's a very much a not so much a bustling as in like just a lot of people, but just a lot of workers, as opposed to Midtown, which is where you were before, which is a little bit more high end, it feels. So as you continue through the Iron Ward, takes you about 20 minutes, maybe, taking in the sights of the city. Is there anything you guys would like to discuss or talk about, look for?
So, what? Tell me of this wayward bliss you mentioned earlier.
No, military pub. The best owner possible.
I see.
Not really a military pub, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, as in like we hang around there.
I've heard of another inn called the Narrow Wheel. I was told to visit if I ever came to Avasha.
Do I know the Narrow Wheel?
Yeah, you do. I wouldn't even have you roll for it because you actually live relatively close by, actually. The Narrow Wheel is located outside of the city. It is near the Wind Harvest Farm. I will show you here. Hopefully this is going to work.
Ooh.
And you should be able to see the token now here.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is located outside the city. I will also... I know there's nothing there, but now you have Caché's token at least, or the little thing there. So you can see.
I'll turn to Revenant and I'll just be... it is a good place to go, however, we have been told to stay within the city bounds for now at least, so maybe some other night.
Yeah, yes.
I've been told of another place to meet.
What's that?
Go on.
Well, they call it the Red Light District.
Ooh.
Oh, you want a crazy night?
How crazy.
It's a red light district. What do you expect?
Lots of red lights.
Red lights, yes, I don't really expect much else. They only told me where it was and where to meet them. Not really
If
familiar
you're
with
not,
this city.
if you're not sure what a red light district is, I'll let you experience it on your own. I don't need to tell you about it.
Well, you can at least tell me where it is so I can go find them.
Are you going tonight?
I don't know. It's still within the city walls.
Yes. On the other side of the city, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And Cashé, you would also know that Red Light District is up in the air.
Can we see it from here?
You can, actually. Yeah. From
I
across
will
the-
point.
Yeah, from across the river, you can just start to see kind of this one of the very many floating parts of the city. You can only see really the underside, which is just giant kind of arcane balloons, very similar to the airship, and kind of spinning turbines. But you do see kind of almost this blue glowing core in the center of it, floating above the city.
Right there.
How did we get up there?
You fly, obviously.
By ship? But is there a flying gondola?
Oh, if you can't fly, you can't get there. And I just walk away.
On the trolley.
Yeah.
Go sit by yourself in the back.
You like stand up and sit somewhere else.
So I'll lean over to Al. So what do you think goes on in there that he doesn't want to talk about?
I've no idea, but I'm really
She's being very
curious.
tight-lipped.
Absolutely, and she really didn't like us asking about it. She just left.
What's so off-putting about red lights? I mean, my almeter has red on it.
Yeah, I mean, Gizmo's eyes. I mean, not Gizmo, sorry. Yes, Gizmo does seem to have some red glowing bits on him, doesn't he? I look at Gizmo. Does Gizmo have any glowing bits on him? I can't remember.
Yeah, green.
Let me check his.
Green glowing bits, sorry.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has
no,
green
not
glowing
red.
bits. I don't think he has.
Yeah,
His
sorry.
touch accents of red in the wood and rust,
Just-
but no. He
Oh,
doesn't.
that's
Discussing
it, yeah.
this would be so much easier if you weren't colorblind.
Yeah, yeah. I don't understand. I mean, really, I just want to get onto any of these floating islands. They seem really cool.
Mm.
And also, I
How
do
would
want to
you
have a
get
crazy
up there?
night.
Oh. We may all have varying definitions of crazy nights. Are you looking for a place to make more cocktails?
To make, maybe not. To have them made for me, definitely.
Hmm.
Would enjoy it to have some festivities, to go dancing, talking, socializing, drinking, singing, maybe, you know, all
Oh,
sorts
yes.
of nonsense.
Yes. Does sound nightmarish.
Nightmarish, oh. I just don't think you've had the right night out yet.
This is turned
no.
into a going out simulator.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear a thud as Cashé is rolling around in laughter, listening to them.
Trying to figure out what the red light district is, yes. Revenant, where are you?
Standing in the corner like usual.
On the trolley. Okay.
Yeah.
I've just like fleeced every passenger on this trolley.
Jesus Christ. Well,
You know, when you go like on holidays and like all the public transport has like "watch out for pickpockets" written on it. It's just
yeah.
it's Revenant.
It's just Revenant.
And you're standing underneath that sign.
Yeah.
Be careful of pickpockets. It's just. Well, in any case, as you are continuing on into what is considered Old Town of Minera, Old Town was the original portion of the city. Cashé, you know this. This is the kind of main part of the city that was around during the war. The rest of Newtown, which is the Steam Ward and the South Cogs, that was all built after the war, so in the last 5 years. But most of the buildings, as you all are passing on this trolley, have been almost reconstructed, but in a way that is a bit odd, because the architecture looks like it was reforged or rebuilt around the bullet holes, around the scorch marks, almost honoring the damage that Minera survived. You can see like craters where from explosions, that falling skyships and possible just other explosions that happened throughout the war have been utilized by the city and kind of built around and honoring the imperfections, basically. There are quite a few monuments as well, kind of just honoring the lives that have been lost. There are quite a few more police as well that you notice walking about. You see kind of smaller groups. Amongst them, you do see a peacekeeper or two walking about the city, but most people aren't really acting nervous or on edge when they're passing by them. They're just going about their day. About 20 minutes or so, you do reach the Craftsman Square, which is the largest market square in the city. There is one more stop you can take to get closer to Caché's house, or if you would like to disembark here, you are welcome to. It's up to you.
I will jump out here.
Okay. All right.
Is this us?
We'll jump out.
Come on, guys. Have you figured it out yet?
You all wait till the trolley starts to move again, and then all jump out. But as you enter the Craftsman Square, the first thing you notice, well, in other squares and cities and, you know, market towns and stuff like that, you would notice there would be normally like tents kind of surrounding a center localized placement. And this is slightly different because in the center of this square is a massive silver dragon statue, almost built like a long serpent up, honoring this deity that definitely, I mean, Cashé would know, Al you would recognize immediately, and Gizmo, but I don't think Fenris or Revenant would know who this deity is. But the three of you recognize that this is Navat, the artisan, the Mercury dragon. Kind of a...
No. I heard from education.
Oh, if you are educated, then yeah, you would.
Mhm.
Did you go, though, Fenris? Be honest.
Absolutely. Had no choice since it was probably homeschooling.
Alright, fair enough. So, yes, you would recognize Navat as well. Revered by artisans, musicians, and inventors. And then around that area, and then strewn all over this massive market, you see movable wagons and kind of carts with just different merchants and different things. It's very colorful here. It smells amazing. There is quite a lot of just movement, and senses are just on fire in this area.
Look at all this buzz.
Yeah, you do see signs for the Wayward Bliss, because this is where the Wayward Bliss is located. You also see art headquarters, so I will get those on the map. I think they're here already.
Art, I think, yeah,
Yep.
they're all...
Okay, and is
They're
Wayward
here, yeah.
Bliss?
Yep.
Is?
So then it's just the notice board, because you all see the notice board as well, which is outside the art headquarters. So I will share that with you.
Notice board. Notice board. A murder gang. Grand larceny, you could do that. I'm already a member of the Reliance.
Bell slingers.
Seek escort through dangerous wilderness. Spelunking?
It's
What?
never been easier.
I might have had a little fun, guys.
Yeah, you did. Exterminator needed. Pests all over. Well, guns can help with that.
It's all over the shop.
Ah! Good you got that reference.
That fellow in the wanted poster looks like you, Revenant.
Yeah, Revenant's gonna tear the wanted poster down.
just immediately tear it down.
Oh, okay.
Just immediately tear it down
Awesome.
and just be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then just walk away from the notice board.
Okay. You currently
He
have
does
a...
realize that's suspicious, right?
I'm
sure he just wants to have it as a reference.
Interesting.
Maybe he just wants a portrait of himself.
Well, if that's the case, we got 1,000 gold, lads.
But we would have to hand him in. Good luck. I'm going to stop asking questions. I don't want to know any of these answers.
Al's like, la 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 la.
Let's get you a drink, Al.
I would love that.
And I'd say you could all notice at this stage, it's like there's a little bit of a weight lifted since she got off of the bus or the trolley even. She's in her element as such.
A little bit more calm at home.
Mm.
And it's about, by this point and after the interrogation as well, it's probably about 2 in the afternoon or so. So, after, you know, it's afternoon or so far. So, is there anything you guys would like to do? What would you guys like to do? You're free to find shops, do whatever. The city is yours.
Well, I think Cashé has pointed out a drink is definitely in order.
Yes.
Maybe if we drink enough, we'll be able to fly up to the red light district.
I don't need to drink to fly, but it sounds fun.
How is everybody traveling, by the way, in the sense of like bags and gear and?
I mean, considering
I'm assuming Al just has like a trunk. Like he's
basically.
Come on, Humphrey, keep up.
Humphrey's trying to carry it.
I after seeing how useless he was, I'd probably just have him sit on the trunk.
He just sits looking sad.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't tell him. I'd be like, it's fine.
I kind of picture an Al with a trunk, like the one from The Color of Magic.
Yes.
Yes.
I haven't seen
Like, with all the legs just going along behind him.
Actually, that's probably a better idea, but he doesn't use the legs first. He wants to see Humphrey suffer and then uses the legs.
I was thinking the planes, trains, and automobiles level trunk. You know, the trunk that's as big as he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's get your trunk to my house, and then we'll get a drink.
Sounds good.
Very good. Now you all, like I said, it's about maybe 10, 15 maybe if you're dragging the trunk along, up to Caché's house. But you all continue past a very gorgeous front of a library, which none of you could actually languages. What languages does everybody speak?
Should have cast comprehend languages. Celestial, Common, Elvish, and Primordial.
Anybody speak Elvish? I should say that.
Yes.
Everybody speaks Elvish.
Yes. Elvish.
All right. So
Yeah,
everybody
Elvish.
recognizes that the name of this library is the Lexicon Ethereum.
Right.
So
Everyone except for everyone that speaks Elvish.
Yeah.
Athenium, and can never say that word. But that is
Athenium.
dedicated to the three-faced lady.
Who is?
The goddess of magic in this world. Interestingly enough, you're coming across that name quite a lot. Nela. You were in the Neliaheart Station, and now that is the library that is dedicated to the goddess of magic, goddess of knowledge, and things like that. So she is quite a complex entity, with three faces, three sides to her.
This is the place that I would have heard of before.
Yes, this is exactly the place that you would have heard of. This kind of drew you to Minera before you met all your contacts.
Yes, exactly. I will be staying right around the corner, but
You will be.
oh, this truly is a serendipitous day.
Alice is living his best life.
My legs are excited.
I would say, Al, you are starting to get a little bit tired. And Cashé and Revenant, in particular Cashé, you are starting to feel quite fatigued being in the sun so long. As a drow, you are...
I'm going to pop my helmet on.
Yeah, you both are just feeling a little just sun-tired. Day-tired, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but you make it to Caché's lovely townhouse. Cashé, what do your fellow people see? If you want to.
You're
introduce
probably going to be
yourselves.
like very, very surprised. It's like this kind of really like I think Victorian kind of townhouse. Very, very nice. Lots of soft surfaces. Impeccably clean. Is it almost impeccably clean that it's not used, just cleaned? Lots and lots of curtains, and it just kind of only peaks of light getting through, but just enough to keep everything kind of in kind of a cozy mood almost.
I'll wipe my feet then.
It is a lovely, very narrow but tall townhouse. Can everybody see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Stunning.
3 stories. Ground floor is quite large, open-spaced. As Cashé was saying, there are curtains on almost all the windows. They're currently drawn. And interesting, you do notice that it is impeccably clean, but all the houseplants are dead.
How long have you gone, Cashé?
Couple weeks.
You actually think they should get some sun?
And your plans say otherwise.
Help me.
They were a gift from my mother. She thinks she wants me to have more life around me.
Well, it's not really working. They're all dead.
I realize that.
It's alright, I'm sure we can look after your plans for you while we're here.
Well, if you can, please do. Like you can save any of them.
Or we'll be the life you need.
Okay.
Al, go
I'll
ahead.
have to work on the. I'll rather get to work on the plants.
Al, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Perception. This gonna be.
I have all of your stats here as well.
Ah. It's another natural 20.
Jesus! Ow! Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Alright. Ow. Some things you notice. One, there is a lovely little workshop. Bench kind of like over to the side as you first come in. This music is way too, like, I don't know what's going on here. You see it off to the side, and it is actually, it's annoyingly messy. It is the only part of this house that is messy. And you're like, you kind of just go, oh, why? Because you are someone who works with, in a workshop area. And as you draw closer, you notice it is covered in gun parts. This is obviously where Cashé likes to work, polish, and clean her weapons. But it looks a little bit messy. It currently just looks like it was kind of left, as if she left in a hurry. Another thing you notice with a natural 20 is there are quite a lot of discarded bottles of alcohol.
I start noticing them and just going around pretending I'm just doing something else and then just kicking it under something else.
Cool, kicking glass across the.
Yeah.
Kind of stand to the side and like dump it off to the side and kind of onto the ground and yeah.
I'm going to guide them into, I suppose, the living area.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to excuse myself. Excuse me for just one moment. I just need to do one thing. I'll pop out and I will cast See Invisibility and I will go to every room and check.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Ooh.
How many
Yeah,
of the
up to
100
100
demons
eyes.
do you see?
All of them.
48.
48.
Oh god!
48 eyes watching us,
As you
that you
are
can see.
going along and checking every single room. So you have your bedroom, you have your washroom, and then there are 2 rooms upstairs, like 2 guest rooms upstairs. 2 beds in each of them, so 4 beds. You go to each of those rooms, each of the corners, each and everywhere. Nothing catches your eye as being invisible. But, make a perception check for me.
Oh no. 40.
14.
It's not invisible. It's just somebody literally just standing in the corner.
There is actually someone in your room.
Ah! Oh shit, you scared me, Jerry.
So as you are
Oh,
going
hello, Jeeves.
as you're going through, it's actually Kagranek. Sorry.
No.
Anyway, as you're going through
Safe space.
safe space. Sorry, Davil. Sorry. You begin to come down from the top 3rd floor. You go back by your bedroom once more, and you kind of stop for a moment because something catches your attention. As you kind of lean back over and you're looking over at your bed, you notice that a corner of your duvet has been moved. And you're meticulous. You didn't leave it like that.
Anything else in the room just for me looking in, look off? Is it just the bed sheet?
With a 14, just the bed sheet at the moment.
I will grab my gun and walk into the room to investigate.
Okay. With that perception roll, and I think it's your passive investigation. Yeah, your passive investigation. Yeah, this looks like someone was here. Looking through your stuff. There's just slight things out of place. First of all, the corner of the bedsheet, then one of the drawers. You know how drawers usually slide perfectly in? One of them is just slightly out of alignment. There's a small little, almost like 3-fingered handprint in the dust left as well.
Interesting. Is there anything missing that I can see?
You take a few moments to check your gear, check what you have. No.
Interesting. And is there any like fingerprints on this handprint or anything like that I can see?
In the dust, not easily not easy to make out, but it looks like 3 fingers, if that makes sense. Like part of it, yeah.
3 fingers.
Mm-hmm. You don't see a thumb. It's almost like you see the index, the middle, and the ring. You don't see a pinky.
Okay. Interesting. I will head back downstairs.
Okay.
But leave that there untouched for now.
Okay. Al, with your natural 20, you notice something else.
Mm-hmm.
As you're looking at the bottles that Cashé very poorly tried to hide, you turn around and you notice that there's something on the wall, like hanging on the wall. Quite small. It's not, massive. Looks like this, maybe the size of kind of a normal size picture frame, but it is covered with a sheet of some kind.
Ooh. Ooh.
You just get an immense feeling from Humphrey. Please don't.
I look at
Mystery
Humphrey.
sheet.
Really want to.
I'll keep watch.
The mystery
And he
sheet.
goes, keeps watch.
No, we'll guess. My first time here, I won't go poking around, at least not on things that are quite obviously hidden.
Humphrey pulls the sheet down.
Well, you clumsy! How did you? Oh, God. I glance up at the picture, but also I don't want to I not stare at it. I'm just kind of glance up curiously, and then if I can do it without looking like I'm looking at the picture, ideally.
Okay. So Fenris and Revenant, you watch this all happen. And Humphrey's just holding part of the sheet as it came down. And Al, as you grab the sheet and you kind of look up, you notice it's not a picture, it's a mirror. You just see yourself.
Make a mental note of that, and very quickly replace the sheet.
Okay, you do so. No rolls
Yep.
for it, although I really kind of want to make you roll dex, but I won't. You do begin to hear the do-do-do-do-do of Cashé coming down the steps. They're all back together.
Move away from the mirror. I mean, sheet. I don't know. Well, this is a very lovely home you have, Cashé. Immaculately clean, if I do say so.
Thank you. Well, have you all dropped your stuff? We could go for a drink now.
I mean, what, do we just leave it in the front room, or?
I'll bring you up to the bedrooms.
Fantastic.
You do. lead them up the first flight of steps. And it's interesting. The stairs kind of go up and then curve right away. So very narrow because it's a very narrow, tall house. But you move your way up to the first floor, and it opens. Sorry.
Might need some help with my suitcase. If I could perhaps ask one of you strong types to assist me.
Revenant rolls a stealth check.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check. Just fades. I just get an image of Fenris flexing slightly.
Sure, I'll grab one side.
Thank you very much.
I'd say Gizmo would help with the other side.
Yeah. Before I go out, I'll just lean back to Revenant and Gizmo. Like, is it just me, or is he acting odder than usual?
Who are you talking to me?
The Revenant and Gizmo.
Aha.
I'll just lean back to them before I go to pick up the chest.
Meaning Al?
Revenant will
Or
just
Rev?
shrug.
No, I'm just leaning back to quietly talk
Sorry.
to
Sorry.
Revenant and Gizmo
Not understand.
about Al.
Yeah,
And yeah, I'll
Revenant
go
will
over.
look at it, just like shrug. Just be like, oh.
Rev, what did you roll on your stealth?
Oh, sorry. That is a 27.
Fenris, you turn around and Revenant's not there.
I don't turn around and just lean backwards to where I think he is.
Oh, okay, so you speak. So Gizmo responds to you with a weird of the shoulder shrug that does not look correct at all coming from a clock forge. And then you just hear his voice coming through. I don't know his voice.
Yeah,
so.
we'll just pick up the trunk and start going up.
Okay. Alright. So, you head up. The first floor opens out again into a nice little space. You can see the door open to a bedroom and then also a washroom with a lovely copper-colored tub that just looks really deep as well, so you could really sit in and, like, soak for a bit, which is really nice because not a lot of tubs do that anyway. And then you go up the stairs again immediately. It's all just very narrow all the way up to the second floor, and there are 2 rooms. There are 2 beds in each room, so you can partner up if you wish. There is also a cellar. If anybody wants to sleep in the dark, I don't know if
It has booze in it as well.
it does have booze. Yeah. So you guys can decide who you're bunking with, but you can leave your stuff there. Al, you pass about 3 more mirrors, all covered.
Well, I just frames covered, but I could assume that they're mirrors.
They're about
Interesting.
the same. One is like a full body length, like in the corner, covered.
Might so as we're passing one, if Cashé is leading us around, just kind of go. You recently acquired some artwork or something?
No. Just something I don't want to look at.
Oh. See. Well, I don't see. That's the whole point, I suppose, but...
Yeah, your room's in here.
I'll look at Elle and then pick the room that Gizmo goes into.
Okay, so
If you're trying to avoid me, keep in mind Gizmo and myself have quite a lot to discuss.
you hear nothing. Okay, so Fenris and Gizmo take one room. Al, you take the other. Revenant, you did sneak, but are you
Yes.
following them or what's going on?
Oh yeah, I gotta follow him. Yeah.
Okay, so you come up as well and can take the room with Al if you wish.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay. So you guys are welcome to leave your stuff, drop whatever you want, and the day is yours. Or the rest-
I like to picture Al walking into the room and putting something down on one of the beds, and then like Rev popping out from underneath the bed, being like, "No, this is my one."
Oh, God. You frightened me. Oh. Revenant, Well, I guess I'll take the other bed. No problem there.
What's nice about these two rooms as well is that though they are like there's like two beds in the room, there is like kind of slight dividers. So there's a bit of privacy, despite kind of being in the same room. So you can kind of feel like you have your own space. But yeah, so these two rooms are yours. This top floor is yours. There's a nice little like couch up at the top with a nice rug. But again, everything it's odd. Everything just looks perfectly placed, but not by Cashé. Like almost like it came with the house, if that makes sense. Like it's just standard kind of.
Very military.
Very military, yeah.
It's like this weird, like, very short horror story I read where it's like you come home and all of your stuff is exactly the same, but it's all brand new.
Yeah.
God.
God, that's awful and terrifying.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So that's kind of the feeling. And again, more dead plants. But that's, you just assume that she hasn't been around very much, so.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, what would you guys like to do?
Keep my stuff down.
Mhm.
Test the bed, see how comfortable it is.
It's alright. Yeah. Pretty comfy.
Very good.
In the corner too.
Loud, though. Al, yours is loud.
Mine is loud.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's kind of,
well.
yeah, squeaky.
that's all right. I'll just sit in the chair then.
I'll find a corner that I can hide my travel satchel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the grenade out of it, put it into my pockets.
Okay. You can do so. If you're hiding anything, go ahead and make a sleight of hand.
Yeah, 17.
Okay. Good to know. So, what would you all like
Is
to do?
there...
Sorry.
Is there anywhere that I would be able to... Like, again, safely store some stuff that's not out in the open? It doesn't have to be hidden, just
Oh, yeah.
a drawer.
There is, like at the edge or either next to or at the very kind of base of the bed, there is actually like a little chest. Kind of
Okay,
like one of those
perfect.
little like small like bed chests almost. So you can just kind of, there's like a few like spare blankets in each of them kind of thing. So yeah, you can definitely put some of your stuff in there if you wish.
Probably just, put some of my stuff just underneath.
Yeah.
Underneath the blankets.
Perfect.
A lot of, like, put in some of my gold. I'm not carrying it around with me the whole time.
Very good. Okay. Yeah. So you're putting some of your gold in there. Okay. Lovely.
You realize you're sharing a room with a thief, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you saying this to me?
No.
No.
Not in character, no.
Yeah. Okay. I'll I'll like turn to Revenant and be like, remember, we're friends, right?
Just also really good.
Revenant just tosses a bit of bread to Humphrey and go, Humphrey, Revenant's friend.
Okay, well, I'm sure you understand that to fix or upgrade or to do anything to Humphrey, it requires money. So I kind of need it. Fix him. Do you know what? I'll take it. I'm gonna take it out. Put it back in my pocket. I will find somewhere to put my savings myself. Don't worry. I won't put the temptation there.
Humphrey just like mouths the bread a bit and then just puts it in the center of himself again.
The center of himself.
Yep.
Yep. The little cabinet left.
Compartment that opens.
Yep.
Right at the center of the Humphrey.
Yep.
I might just call Humphrey over and just like while he's doing that, just like kind of pull out the stale piece from earlier and like look at him and be like, "Do you still want this? It's not very good."
Get a sense of wanting to keep it, but not really knowing why.
All right, it's your box, whatever. Put the bread back in.
Closes it.
Is it going stale or is it going moldy?
It's going a bit moldy at this point.
Oh shit! Why are you damp inside, Humphrey?
You made him!
Oh.
He's also been up in the air where it's very damp, so...
Revenant will go in now and say, "Oh, Humphrey, you should put it under blankets with the rest of precious stuff."
Al, you get the feeling of, I will. And he slowly begins to move over to your chest and begins to like open it and put his little moldy
Take the rest
pieces
of my
bread.
stuff out, and I'll just put my stuff into the like bedside table instead.
Okay.
It's like, all right, that's Humphrey's chest now. That can be Humphrey's bed as well. Why not?
There
Got
you go.
blankets.
There you go. It's got blankets in it. It's comfy. Perfect. So moldy bread, all bits and pieces stored away. What would you all like to do?
Talking about that drink.
I believe there was talk of perhaps a drink or at least a fun establishment of some kind.
Okay.
Let's go. I'll take you to one of the best places.
One of the best places. And where would that be, Cashé?
The blissful. There's something bliss. I remember the
The
name.
wayward.
It's alright.
The wayward
The
bliss.
wayward bliss.
There we go.
The
That's the
wayward
one.
bliss. Alright. So, you're all headed there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Brilliant.
there.
So, leaving Caché's abode. Again, now it takes probably about 10 minutes. You guys are a bit lighter of load. You're not carrying all of your gear with you anymore. And you begin to make your way towards the Craftsman Square once more and towards the Wayward Bliss. So, let me just get you back here. So, centered off the main square, it's pretty hard to miss the Wayward Bliss. It is a massive tavern, bigger than anything I think any of you probably have actually seen. There is at least 4 to 5 stories. It's hard to tell. 5 almost like factory-sized stalks that seem to just kind of point out in odd directions from the main heart of this building. It looks misshapen, like it's been added on to. It's a jumbled mess, but there's something quaint, there's something lively about it, as almost all the windows are kind of twinkling with this kind of golden glow. You see that there are quite a bit of scorch marks and bullet holes all across the front of the walls. All around the cobblestones are kind of misshapen and kind of almost like they've been ripped out but then put back in, if that makes sense, in and around the building. It's quite treacherous to walk. It's very uneven, but it kind of adds to the character of the place. All of you do notice a kind of brass-colored sign slightly hanging lopsided above the 2 doors that swing, kind of haphazardly hanging there. You do see the Wayward Inn, but someone has graffitied Bliss into the sign.
Give it away.
Not yet. So, are you all entering?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Pushing open the doors to the Wayward Bliss, you all enter and you get this strong smell of pipe smoke, yeast kind of drink, and hot glass. The interior opens out into a very large space. You can see high vaulted ceilings, all manner of kind of cozy nooks and crannies kind of sprinkled about the place. Tables, booths, it is very large space, but then yet cozy all the same. In one of the kind of sloping lower areas of this kind of massive opening, you do see a small band playing. Two are playing odd-looking instruments. One's kind of a reed-like brass instrument, and the other is a standing bass, string bass. You do see a halfling woman, kind of gorgeous bronze skin, who is belting out a few notes along with the music. And you do see quite a few patrons, even though it's only about, I think it's about 4 or 5 in the evening now, so it's starting to get to the evening. You see a few patrons scattered about, but a few of them are actually sitting close to the bar. And you do see them speaking to a slender individual, female presenting, with long elf ears, but 2 protruding tusks from her lower lip. You see that they're wearing kind of round glasses, brocade vest with a crisp white undershirt. As you all enter, Cashé, you recognize this elvish, orcish individual to be Bliss. And now I can show you guys everything.
Whee!
Uh-huh.
And I'll get you onto the map.
That looks cool, but incredibly dangerously teetering.
Yes. Cool. Are we all there? Oh, no, there's no token.
Cannot see anything, but yes.
There we go. Is that better?
Yes.
No. Alright, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And you see the wayward bliss there? Should I pop it back up? Maybe I should have
You can open it.
Yep, kind of it.
Sorry.
I haven't heard you.
Oh, you have it there. Perfect. Okay. Lovely. So, as you enter, Bliss does look up at you, Cashé, kind of gives you a big smile. Welcome, Air Colonel. The usual, I presume.
Yes, please, and whatever these guys are having. Thanks, Bliss.
Very good. You're all very welcome. This is the Wayward Bliss, as it says out on the front. What can I get you all started with?
Have you a menu? Any special drinks?
We do indeed, yes. And she'll kind of move to the side and show you a drink menu. You do have quite a few that you can choose from. There's obviously house wine, house ale. Music's a little loud. I was obviously rocking it out to it while I was making this whole section. Yes, so drink menu, I do believe, is on the page here, so I can leave that up again.
Yes, I have it actually, yeah.
Oh, you're good. So there is Elder Brew, Phoenix Rising, the Sweet Roll, Death Punch, Midnight Mead, and then the House Wine and the House Ale. This is Rev's first, or Ricky's first experience with drink menus in this world.
Yep.
Watch him
Best of
steal the
luck.
sweet roll. We can watch him steal the sweet roll.
So, anything catch your fancy?
I'll have the Phoenix Rising, please.
Phoenix Rising, coming right up.
I have to try this Death Punch.
She kind of looks you up and down. Are you sure about that one? Not sure you could handle it.
It sounds dangerous and I love it.
Very well. Who am I to
It
judge?
is.
So that's a Phoenix Rising, a Death Punch.
Yes, I just have a house ale.
House Ale. All right. And thinking you don't need
Gizmo will
one.
get the
looks
sweet
at
roll.
looks at Gizmo. I'm sure you don't need anything. And I don't know what Gizmo would do in this situation, so he's gonna just say I'm all right and just stay at the back. Also, the idea of a tiny fairy trying to drink a massive mead just makes me really happy. So you know what? He's gonna order a house ale.
Just to be
Go a
cooked.
minute.
Just to be that way. Perfect. So that will be 3 silver for the Phoenix Rising, the Death Punch. The house ale is 1 silver. And Cashé, what is your usual?
Oh, we should know my usual, Amber.
I'll give you the Elder Brew. I think that's your usual, but...
Yeah, give me the Elder Brew and a Death Punch.
Oh, you want both? All right, yeah. So she makes both for you immediately.
You're getting 2?
Revenant wants to study her while she's making these drinks.
Wow. Sorry, I don't know why all my music is very loud. You're studying her as she does these drinks?
Yeah, I want to watch what she's actually doing when she's making all the drinks.
Definitely. Oh my gosh. Make a perception check for me. How well you're able to watch her make these drinks.
That is a 7.
You cut out a bit. Was it a 7 or 17?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. Revenant?
17.
Oh, 17.
Oh, he's back.
You can not hear me?
No,
Yes.
it was weird. It
Oh, we can
kind
hear
of
you.
dropped out there for a second. It was 17, you said. Oh no.
I think we're hearing him on a delay.
Yeah.
I did hear 17, so okay. So 17, perfect. So as Bliss is starting to get busy making these drinks, you those who ordered the Phoenix Rising, the Death Punches, mark off your free silver. Elder Brew is 1, House Ale is 1 silver, so mark those off. And
I get an Elder Brew as well.
you got an
I'm
Elder
gonna
Brew.
follow Cashé.
Of course, yeah, definitely. You can both get those. So, Bliss kind of begins to go to work and kind of smiles to you all.
Yes, 17, yeah.
Rev, can
Yeah,
you
we
hear us?
definitely got a delay.
Uh-oh.
Definitely a big delay there.
Very big delay, yeah. I feel bad because it's probably going to just sound like we're talking over him. Ricky?
Yeah, but he's hearing this part then in a second. Oh, yeah, he'll...
He's gone. He'll come back.
Go in and out.
Well, in any case, I'll get back to him when he comes back. But Bliss turns to you all. Please enjoy yourselves. Find a place, pop your feet up, and rest a while. If you need anything special, you just let me know. Kind of gives you a wink, Cashé, and begins to go to work.
We're back.
What? Fenris?
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh,
I'll
Revenant,
wait.
are you back?
Yeah, can you hear me better?
We can hear you, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I was on
Hear you there.
a second delay there for some reason.
No, you're great, you're great.
Yeah, it was a huge delay as well.
Really bad, yeah, really long
Yeah.
delay. No, so what we were gonna say is that Bliss has just turned to everybody and just said, go, find a booth and pop your feet up, enjoy yourselves, and she's gonna start making the drinks. So if you're gonna stay there and watch her, that's perfectly fine. The rest of you, you're gonna go find a spot.
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm assuming, Cashé, you take them to your normal booth. That you usually sit
Yeah,
at.
my booth, yeah. Come on, it's a corner booth.
Really lovely, sprawling corner booth. Plenty of room, big table. And you notice as you sit down as well, it's not like other taverns where the tables are like really sticky and everything's kind of just like wiped down. It's pristine, it's quite clean in here and very well kept. Bliss obviously, runs a very tight ship when it comes to this establishment. But Revenant, as you're standing there and with a 17, you almost get a little in awe of how almost like a dance it is for Bliss to make these drinks. It is a part of every movement in her body. She is so careful and so precise and yet so fluid and movement. It's really quite lovely to watch her work. And she notices you kind of watching, and just kind of gives you a little smile, but keeps working. She doesn't mind at all. But with a 17 as well. Who did I lose?
Who's that?
Who did I lose?
Oh, so quick.
Anyone?
Ricky? Are you there? Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, we
Maybe
have.
done.
We'll go to you guys.
I'm back.
Oh,
You back?
I'm back yet.
you're back?
Alright.
Awesome.
Did you hear any of that, or?
No, everything just froze, and then I lost everything.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I was just saying that what you see Bliss working with is almost like a dance. How she's making the drinks, it's a gorgeous display almost of precision and being fluid. It's stunning. And she does notice you watching, but doesn't seem to mind.
Okay, as soon as she finishes making the drinks, I'm gonna move around to her side of the counter and ask if I can make one.
So interestingly enough, as you go to move, there's no way for you to get behind the counter. It is a circular counter almost. And from where you can see, there doesn't seem to be any like normal way to get over to it. But as you move, she kind of watches you and kind of gives you a little smile. Do you want to try?
Yes.
She'll pull a glass out. And she'll put the 2 bottles out. Go on, show me what you learned.
Okay, I will try copy exactly whatever bottle she handed me for whatever cocktail it is. I will try make it exactly as she did.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a... it's not really acrobatics, but it is a dex. A sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah, with advantage, because you rolled so high with your perception.
With advantage. Okay, so the first one is a 29, and the second one is a 27.
Okay, wow.
Oh, no, sorry. It's not. It's
30?
Sorry, 17 and 29.
17 and 29. Okay.
Yeah.
So, mimicking her almost exactly, you are able to make... What did you order? No, wait, you were watching...
No, I just got the house ale, but I was just watching her making the drinks for you.
I will say you watched her make the Phoenix Rising, because that's probably the most complicated. She just stares and watches. And as you finish the final bits of chili that are added to the top of this drink, where then a match is struck and it catches on fire, you finish the drink, making the drink, and you notice that Bliss is kind of leaning on the counter watching you, very, very intrigued, quite impressed. And she reaches her hand out and she drags it along a creature that you didn't even notice for a moment that had joined you on the countertop. And what you see actually is a cat, feline form, but it is not just a cat. It seems to be made completely out of clockwork, and almost like Humphrey, but very lean and a bit, what's the word? Thrown together. She's a little rough around the edges, Jax. Let me see here if I think I have a photo of her.
Oh yeah, she's indeed. I have her there.
Yeah. And begins to kind of pet the top of Jax, and quite a flare. I'd say that one's on the house.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm a quick study.
You are indeed. If you're looking for a job, just let me know.
Maybe. I'll come back.
Do. And she puts
With that, I'll take the drink and walk towards the booth that the lads are in.
Okay.
So
She
everyone's got this. So.
loads up the other drinks, hands it off to one of the kind of servers, and they follow you over to the booth. You are all given your drinks: Elder Brews, Death Punch, Phoenix Rising, and the House Ale as well. You can all enjoy your drinks. Elder Brew, I'll go down the list there. Elder Brew is the signature cider of the Wayward Bliss. It's rich elderflower base with lime and almost like an almond aftertaste. It is very, very nice. And very deadly, because very easy to just keep drinking. The Phoenix Rising is a small, bright red liquid in a very small glass. Peppery and kind of burns on the way down, Fenris. Drink too much of it and you don't know what will burn away. But Tastes lovely.
I see.
It is also like burning, like it's on fire.
I'll blow it out and then drink it.
Okay, yeah. Revenant, yours is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Death punch.
Hmm.
Cashé, Al, I need you both to make Constitution saving throws for me, please.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
Okay.
5 fingers.
A blood red ale with not even, it's like, it looks like a blood red ale with an odd blue layer on top. One of the darkest ales in this side of the world. The hint of sharpness and warmth.
Made with deadly nightshade.
15.
15, okay.
Flat 16.
Okay, all right. Neither of you are poisoned. Well done.
Oh god.
However, both of you do feel, as you are about halfway through the pint, you feel like as if you've been punched in the gut. And it's not the most pleasant of experiences, but Cashé, you do know that a lot of brawlers actually order the death punch to get themselves riled up before a fight.
I pretend like it was nothing.
You like the pain. It's just a reminder that
Yeah.
Well, Al is like, ah!
Hey, why would anyone drink this?
Good, right?
I thought it was punch, like fruit punch or something. I drink alcohol.
No, it like actually feels like you got a punch.
Just, yes. Ow.
Fighters use it.
Well, I'm glad I tried it anyway.
Get another?
I will try something else. The elderflower.
I'll slide the Phoenix Rising that I made across to Al.
Okay.
Oh.
Is a light. Al,
You're
looks
too
quite
kind.
cool. Hot, spicy, going down. Whew! It clears the sinuses.
You might see a few glistening beads of sweat off it.
Yeah. And Revenant, your ale is quite nice. It's a local brew and simple and cheap, but it's quite a few steps up from what you're used to. It's lovely. So, you all are enjoying your drinks, sitting at the Wayward Bliss, listening to music, and the band is still playing. Different kind of songs are coming out here and there. You do see people ordering food. There is food available as well if any of you are hungry. But yeah, is there anything you guys would like to do, discuss?
Yeah, I'll turn to the group, drink in my hand. This way. So there's a game I like to play with a lot of my house guests called "What the fuck's up with that?"
Yes. Remember the last time we did this?
Yes, I remember the last time we did this, which is why we're doing it again.
Good. Okay.
Especially with all the drink and the warlock in the party.
Yeah. Have you heard of this game?
Yes.
Al,
What?
have
Yes?
you heard of this game?
No, I haven't. It sounds. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I like games.
So essentially, we go around, we ask our questions, you have to answer, and then afterwards you drink. Pretty simple.
So we all roll, and whoever gets highest asks and lowest answers.
I
Is
think
that
that's-
it?
I think that's what we did
That's
last time.
essentially it, yeah.
Okay.
Rollies!
I'm
Rollies!
Happy to play.
Ricky, have you played this in game before?
No, but I did just roll a natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Looks like. Wait,
It's
is it the highest asked the question?
fuck.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, Ricky, just so you're aware, so this is what the fuck is up with that. So basically, when you roll the highest, you get to pick someone in the party and ask a question. And then use all of your devious ways of deducing if they're lying to you or not. Which is going to be hard against you. But anyway, so you get to ask. I think is it a natural 20? You get to choose whoever you want, or
So yeah, you roll the highest, so he'll get to choose who he asks
Yeah.
the question of.
Oh, it's not. You don't.
Mhm.
You don't ask the person who rolls the lowest.
I don't think so because I think we tried that and it actually kept going to the same person. So I think we're just
Ah,
Over and over again.
whoever's the
Yeah.
highest gets to
Yeah.
choose who they want to ask. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Revenant, if
Mhm.
you rolled a natural 20, you get to choose who do you want to ask. I'm sad Gizmo's not here, but
Cashé.
Yes.
Why was the mirror covered up in your townhouse?
As I said, there's something I don't want to see.
Insight check.
There were mirrors. What? No.
Inside check.
are you all inside check? Okay. I'm just
Oh, yeah, we're
I'm
all
assuming
curious.
you're all going to inside check.
Mhm, yes.
Oh, also that I rolled a 6 on my insight check, but I also get the eye for the seats that anything under a 7 I can treat as an 8, and I get a +9, so 17.
Okay. Jesus,
Oh my
17.
God.
All right. Okay, so here's my question though. What are you all trying to deduce? Are you trying to deduce that is that's the truth, or a lie, or that she's hiding something?
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
For,
Okay.
for me, if
Hiding,
it's,
yeah.
it's a vibe check
It's
for
a
me.
vibe check. All right.
That's not the total truth. Like I'm obviously you don't want to see something, but you're hiding something from me. So that's what I want to know, that you're hiding something from me.
Okay. All right. So 17. Al, what'd you get?
15, and I'm more just kind of checking. You know, is Cashé just really uncomfortable about this and just does not want to? You know, is this like some emotional trauma, or is this like criminal sort of history?
Oh.
Kind
Okay.
of
I feel like that's gonna
Criminal.
be really hard to deduce if it was criminal, but you can
Well,
definitely
like,
see
kind
if
of-
she's uncomfortable. Definitely.
Like suspicious or uncomfortable.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah,
All right. And
I'm
Fenris.
just gonna vibe check her.
Okay.
I have
Cash.
23.
23. Okay, Cashé, I need you to roll me a d20
Okay.
and add your performance
Okay.
and your proficiency bonus. Unless you're already proficient in performance.
I'm only half proficient, so
Well, then you can add your full proficiency bonus to it.
all right. Am I? Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah. So that is 19.
19. Okay. So I'd say Fenris is the only one then who would get a bit of uncomfortableness, maybe. How is Cashé feeling?
Yeah, you'd get uncomfortable. Absolutely. Doesn't exactly make eye contact with anyone. Right, that's what it's really. Wouldn't say it's like how to describe it. It's just not yeah, she's just you can sense the anxiety, I suppose, is kind of a thing.
Okay.
Okay. Rollies.
Roll again.
Yep.
4.
All right.
6.
7.
7, 6.
Can you make a 5 for a straight run?
1.
Oh!
Oh,
Wait.
so 7 is the
So
highest.
7, that's Rev again. Will maybe go down to 6, so Fenris?
That was me, yeah.
So you get to choose.
I will turn to Al.
Hmm.
Al, the fuck is up with you?
Well, that is a very broad question.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
We'll be here for hours.
We could be here for a very long time. Would you care to maybe hone in on any part of it? What exactly do you want to know? I'm a pretty open book.
Yes. We're looking to read between the pages.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose, why are you here? Or what are you really after?
Knowledge. I want to learn everything I can about time.
Mm.
That time.
I can also tell you're not really from around here.
We
Avasha?
have clocks.
No, Cashé's from Avasha. None of us are from Avasha.
Yes. Apart from Cashé, none of us are from here. But I get an odd feeling with you. Well, that'll be another question.
Drink!
Drink! Everybody drinks.
Drink.
Knock back.
Roll again!
Okay.
But and before we do that, Revenant, when we all drink there, Revenant's gonna turn. Would everyone like another drink?
Absolutely.
I'll get this one. Continue on. I'll be back shortly.
Hey.
Revenant will make his way to the bar.
Okay.
You approach the bar. Bliss is currently speaking to someone, kind of looks up at you, gives you a little, like, one moment, and you see Bliss actually kind of holding the hands of an individual that looks like they're pretty weathered and worn. Just a quick glance, and with all of your passive insights and investigations and everything, this is obviously a soldier.
Yeah.
And they seem to kind of have their head down and are kind of talking really softly and quickly, and Bliss is just listening and kind of squeezes their hand, and just, you almost can see the essence of just calmness come over this person. And they kind of, their shoulders relax, and Bliss just kind of, just give me 1 second, all right? And just kind of leaves them there for a moment, goes to you. Already back for another?
Yes. I have somewhat of a favor to ask you.
Of course.
Yeah, I slap 5 gold down on the counter and point over at the rest of them and just be like, keep them topped up with drink. There's something I need to look into. And I'd rather not know I was gone for a few minutes.
Very well. Mysterious stranger. She takes the gold. Seems to not pocket it, actually. She seems to go to a place below the countertop and place it there, and begins to make more elder brew and a few other drinks. And just kind of, would you like one for the road, or are you working?
No, I'm working.
Very good.
Thank you, and I will see you again pretty soon, hopefully.
I hope so. Begins to continue to make drinks.
And Rev will leave the inn.
Okay. Stealth check.
28.
Okay, no, you're good. Bliss turns to grab a few bottles, looks back, you are gone. No. No one's past perception is high enough either, so no one sees you leave.
Is he in our line of sight?
From where Cashé kind of took you into kind of the little corner booth, I wouldn't say so unless you guys are like staring at him, which I'm assuming none of you were because none of you said you were, so.
Nope.
No, you're waiting for the drinks to come back. But Bliss does take a few moments and does bring some glasses or some more drink to you all. Rev, where are you headed?
I am heading to the Narrow Wheel.
Okay.
Oh, you're ditching us and going to another pub.
Oh,
That stings.
it's a pain.
You guys are fucking lame.
So
What the fuck is up with that? What the fuck is up with all of ye? Fuck this.
Al's
I'm
like,
out.
fuck this, I'm out.
Yep.
So here's my question to check in. We're close to a point where we can end tonight.
Mhm.
Before Rev did this. So here's my question: how is everybody feeling? Do you want to continue on for a little bit longer, or would you kind of like to wrap it up? I know, depending on hours and working.
I'm G.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good to go on.
Yeah, I'd be okay for another bit anyway. I
Okay.
wouldn't be able to go past 12. Like,
Okay, I definitely don't think it'll be past 12.
cool. That's great.
But no, I just want to be. I know you might be working, so I just want to check in.
Yes, no, that's yeah, I am. So, but yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well then, we will. All right, here we go. Rev, I knew you were going to be the problem child tonight.
Pickpocketing guards,
Yeah. Heading off
sneaking off.
to the narrow wheel. Okay. So we might just take a moment here while we break, or not break, but why aren't you playing? You don't play music. But Rev, you very easily sneak out of the Wayward Bliss. And it's interesting because you guys have been there, I'd say about an hour total while you guys are all talking and everything, getting your drinks and all of that. So you make your way out. It is starting to get sunset. It's about 5 when you got there, so it's about 6. So it is starting to get a little bit dark. And you begin to make your way through the crowds of people, the busy streets. You can see that buildings are starting to light up. There's actually like these, not torches, but like very tall lights that seem to kind of flicker to life as you're even walking. And you just continue through, kind of following where Cashé mentioned the narrow wheel inn is. I feel like Cashé would have a map, so I feel like you guys probably would have had a chance to look at a map. But you are kind of going off of memory, so go ahead and roll me a history check there, Rev. See how you're doing.
11.
11? Okay, yeah, so it takes you a little bit of time, but you're able to make your way back here. I'll get us, pop us over to the map here. Let's also start back. So 10 minutes and 10. So it takes probably about 30 minutes to get out there.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you pass through the main parts of the streets. That's what you're keeping to. And as you do, I'll get us to possibly a little bit better. No, we'll do this one. I was only slightly prepared for this. Give me a moment. I'm like, nah, they won't go there already. Yeah, no, okay.
You should know better.
I know I should.
You should know better.
It's fine. I prepared for a lot, so it's good. I'm ready. I'm ready.
She definitely did know better because she was only slightly prepared for it. So she was at least slightly prepared.
I know where you're going.
Yeah.
But you do begin to make your way, and it's interesting. As you're continuing through the city, you actually do pass. You don't recognize it. You don't know what this building is, but it is a massive red, almost like academy-style building. You've seen similar places like this in Ostrocadia, but you didn't spend a lot of time on the surface. So this, as you pass by it, you're like, whoa, that's really large. It has a huge fountain in the front of it. It's kind of ostentatious. You recognize some of the coloring to be similar to what Cashé usually wears. And you see a lot more armed military individuals in this area. But they don't really pay you much mind. They are doing their own thing. So you continue on and you reach one of the gates. I think it's the western gates of the city. And you see a few guards, a few of the police there at the edge of the city, but no one stops you. No one asks you for your papers. Nobody does that. They just let you leave. There's quite a few people coming in and out of this area, especially out of the wind farm. So, you can easily slip amongst the crowd. Go ahead and make me another stealth check, just as if you're moving sneaky or if you're just moving along.
27.
Okay, so yeah, you're feeling pretty unseen. But after a bit of time, you do make your way up to a unremarkable looking building. Almost looks like an old farmhouse that's been kind of renovated with a big water wheel at the side that's spinning very slowly against a low riverbed. Rusty ornamental windmills are kind of at the background. It just looks old and weathered. Very different. As soon as it's like you leave Minera, the walls of Minera, it's like stepping back into places in Austro-Acadia and into the Empire. It's odd feeling this disjointedness of technology, and then it just stops at the wall almost. It's kind of odd. But you see the sign for the Narrow Wheel Inn, and you can make your way inside if you wish.
Yep, I'll walk inside, make my way to the bar.
Make your way to the bar. Let's do that one. Lovely. At the countertop, you see, currently with their back to you as you enter, a heavy-set human male with a mop of umber hair, which kind of looks like almost like a top knot. Almost, it's odd, and despite a noticeable receding hairline, he's got this kind of weird bun at the back of his head. There's quite a few people in this tavern, but you do see the owner turns around to you, kind of spits tobacco into a pail off to the side, and just kind of, "Can I help ye?"
Yes, can I have an ale?
Right. Anything else?
Maybe you can help me. I'm looking for a friend.
He's
I
pouring
was
you an ale.
told to meet them here. They go by the name Sterling.
Puts the drink down. Ah. And looks you up and down. That'll be 4 copper for the ale.
I'll drop 2 gold on the counter.
Grabs it immediately. Pushes over the ale to you. And kind of wipes his hands on the towel, kind of looks around, make sure nobody's kind of, glancing about. You did catch some eyes as you came in your attire and with your mask. But he kind of waits for the eyes and the kind of whispers to settle down and goes, "Well then, what's the password?"
I was not made aware of a password. I was just told to meet here.
You see the owner roll his eyes. Too honest for your own good, boy. It'll get you killed. Come with me. I'll bring you to Sterling. He ends to lead you back towards the back room.
I follow, but I keep my eyes on him very closely.
Yeah. He kind of lumbers forward before you, not moving at any kind of hurried pace. But he does lead you towards the back room, and you do see that he pulls out a polished-looking stone from his pocket. And you speak Thieves' Cant, I'm assuming. Is your
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear him speak into the sending stone. An eye has arrived, boss. There is no response, but he pockets the sending stone anyway. And you are brought to a back room. And he goes towards it's a very plain, looks like a storage room. There's a few crates and a few kind of bits of barley. There's no alcohol stored in this room, but it's just kind of it's weirdly full of emptiness, if that makes sense. Like the empty barrels, empty boxes. It's you take note of that because that's your high investigation. But he kind of passes over to the kind of a large cabinet. And swings it open, and you see that it is leading down into a staircase into a cellar. And he goes, "Go on, boss is waiting."
All right, I'll move down the staircase. So.
Okay. As you do, he closes the door very quickly behind you, and it is pitch black. But
okay,
of course, you can see just fine.
Yep.
In this sudden darkness, your eyes do take just about a moment to adjust. But you do see the very narrow staircase leading downward. And you go down, and there is nothing in this room. It is empty.
I will scan the room for hidden creatures.
Okay. Perception check. Do you do that with advantage with your ability?
No. No.
Nope.
Doesn't
Okay.
actually give me advantage, no.
Yeah, so you're just gonna scan for.
Natural 20.
Oh Jesus! All right. So immediately you get down to the base of the stairs and you just scan this room. Very, very small cellar. Again, nothing really in this place either. But you do see right in the center a kind of strange, almost tripod sitting right in the center of the room. And there's kind of this glass sphere at the top. And as soon as you kind of take in this space, you begin to see sparks of arcane energy, and a kind of cyan blue kind of erupts from this center point. And you kind of see it sparks to a second piece, and then to a third. So it's almost like building a triangle. And before you can do anything, there is a kind of sound as a projected image comes before you of a ruby-skinned tiefling, mess of pale blonde hair, eyes fully the color of gold. His horns are curved back in almost like a halo at the side of his head. And you kind of hear, do you speak Infernal?
Nope.
You have no idea what he says.
Nope.
Switches to Imperial Thieves Cant. Aye. So you're the one they sent.
Yes.
It looks you up and down. I swear the Empire has no fashion sense. What's with the mask? What are you trying to be edgy?
No. Just trying to blend.
Well, fine work you're doing there. I bet you don't catch any eyes.
You'd be surprised how many people overlook me.
Maybe that's a good trait. Well, maybe the Gilded Eye did actually send me someone fun and entertaining for once. But we'll have to see, won't we? Have you been briefed on the target?
No.
They told you nothing?
Yeah. They told me I was finding someone and sent me to you.
Absolute imbeciles. They really threw you in the deep end with stones tied around your ankles, didn't they? Well, you're lucky you're starting with me then, and not one of my unfavorable brethren. So what do I call you?
You call me Revenant.
Sterling, although I'm assuming you already know that.
Yes.
It seems the Empire keeps losing their spies. Deserters
So
are
it seems.
Yes.
Although I do have to say their recruitment methods aren't exactly, good.
It is the Empire. Did you expect anything less?
No.
But in any case, seems that we're hunting the same person. Well, the Empire wants them dead, so do my associates. So here we are, helping each other like the war never happened. Isn't it great?
Yes.
And you kind of see as he smiles, it's just quite pointed teeth, almost like they've been filed a bit. And he goes, well, an informant of ours has intel on this individual that you seek. However, we've lost connection with them recently. The informant is a lieutenant at the military academy, in the Gem Ward. Big red building.
The fancy red building with the fountain that I passed.
Exactly. Yes, you see, you're already scoping out the places. Breaking and entering won't be a problem for you, by the looks of it.
Of course not.
Good. You have 3 days. Find the Lieutenant Arrow, please. Get the intel, and leave it at the drop point in Darrow Square. Look for the marked eye, and report back to me.
Yes. It will be done. 3 days, you said?
3 days.
I will contact you when it's done.
Very good. Try not to get killed, and best of luck. And he snaps his fingers, and the thing drops.
So I will leave.
Okay. I really wish I could have seen Miguel's face through all of that. Oh, even worse if he wasn't here.
Yeah, and I will make
I think he was here.
Okay.
I will make my way back then towards the
Towards the Wayward Bliss.
Wayward Bliss, yeah.
Very
Look
good.
at the name of it there.
I will pop back to the rest of you. You're all still in the Wayward Bliss, enjoying your time there. Revenant's been gone for a little while, but you're quite a few drinks in. Bliss and the other servers are bringing quite a few drinks to you. Is there anything you guys would like to discuss? It's been probably about 30 minutes or so.
We're gonna play a few.
Yeah. We would have played more of what the fuck's up with that.
Perfect. Go ahead.
I also would have been pacing myself to get more drinks come.
You'd be pacing yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any other drinks any of you want to try, or
All of them.
all of them? Okay. All right.
Everything. The whole menu. When I see the drinks just keep coming and I don't have to order. Oh.
All right. So.
Yeah, I'll switch to the elder flower one.
Okay, so the elder brew. So elder brew is really nice to just drink and sip. It's a really lovely one to just
Yeah, I'll go for that one then.
kind of have something to drink, but not go through it too fast. It's quite sweet. Al, if you're trying the sweet roll, which
sweet
is
roll, yes,
I think the only other one, the midnight mead you haven't tried yet.
Midnight
But the
mead,
sweet
yes.
roll, flavors of cinnamon and sugar. It is. It's a very strong rum, but very sweet. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
It's like Fireball whiskey meets Bailey's.
Yes.
Nice.
A D4.
A d4.
That is a 1.
That is a 1. So you can add a 1 to any pickpocketing attempt for the next hour. So who stole your sweet roll? Skyrim reference.
I get it.
Thank you for laughing at my very, very bad jokes.
You have committed crimes against humor and our peoples.
Yay! And then
Top part there, criminal scum.
Midnight Mead is very, very lovely. Also locally brewed, dark, rich, woody, very pleasant. So that's the Midnight Mead. But in terms of food, there is whiskey stew and rye bread available for dinner, rack of ribs, and the veggie delight. So if you're ordering everything on the menu,
Eating's cheating.
What?
I tell them eating's cheating, and then they can't have any food.
Oh, but what about the veggie delight? It's just a salad. It's just a side salad.
Eating, cheating.
Oh, fine. We get food at your house later.
So how many drinks
Hopefully.
is everybody having?
I mean, if they're still coming, I'm still going.
Yeah, I'm not like stopping myself. As long you know how fast are they bringing them, like.
Yeah.
I mean, like probably like when Bliss sees the drinks starting to go low, she'll bring you more.
Mhm.
So it depends on how fast.
Probably I'll be nursing that third drink then. And kind of when drinks come, I just pass along.
I need to find my. Okay, we'll find the drinking menu a different day because I think that's in my salt marsh area.
How many drinks?
Yeah, I think it has to do with your constitution. Hang on. Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Oh my god, my salt marsh notes are. There's just so many of them.
can you search them?
Not
You're like a
really.
keyword search for drink.
For drink. I thought it would be in player characters. Boons, magical items, conditions, and death. corruption, drowning,
And death.
coming back to life, death's door. Nope, that's not there. I will find it later, and I will send it on to you guys. But basically, Ricky, there's a really cool thing that I made for the Saltmarsh group that basically goes into how many drinks you can have without basically a certain level of drinks. Then you need to start making Constitution saves, and you get certain perks. So like, there's like, I think there's the lucky one. I think Zila got that one when he was talking to Flora. And there's like a bunch of other things that you get.
This is pretty cool.
Not great things, also, but but anyway. In any case, go ahead and roll me some d20s, guys. So you're doing rollies.
Woo! 9.
14.
14.
11.
All right, Al, your turn to ask a question.
Fenris. Strong woman of mystery. You said that you were searching for someone Starforged? No, sorry, never mind. I thought of a better question. Where did you learn how to fight?
Well, I picked up a lot along the way. But mostly I worked for a mercenary guild back in Australia.
Mercenary guild. Anyone I would have heard of?
That's 2 questions.
That's 2 questions. You were right. That's very good. I was chancing my arm. You were a mercenary. That's fascinating. Was a mercenary.
Well,
Greg.
yes. One has to pay the bills somehow.
I'd imagine it pays quite well, putting your life in risk all the time like that.
Yeah, depends on the job.
Yeah. I've just thought of more questions.
Well, roll again then. Bliss brings another round of drinks to you.
5.
3.
13.
All right, Fenris.
I will look at Cashé.
Yes.
Oh,
And she
I had so
feels
many
her heart
questions now I
flutter.
can't pick one. I had so many questions now I can't think of one. I can't decide on which one. Let's see.
Because she's batting her eyes at you. It's a good tactic.
Brushing my hair. Well,
since you served in military, why didn't they show more respect to you? They seemed almost dismissive of you.
the cops?
Well, most who know you are military veteran.
Most people have differing opinions of the military in this place.
Well, I'm meaning mostly the military themselves.
Let's just say I'm on a sabbatical right now. I'm on a long break. They're jealous of the fact that I can relax. Take a drink.
Inside checking that.
Okay, inside check. Ebony, please stop.
I'm at 24.
Oh.
Oh, that wins.
All right. So.
Mm.
Oof. I would say what you glean from Cashé is that she is very much holding things back from you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that she's not telling you the full truth.
Oh, well.
There is
Lady
truth
always
in
has
what
to
she's
keep her
saying, though.
secrets.
I will say that. What you do notice is that there is truth. You know how, like, it's easier to tell a lie if there's some part of it that's truth? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure, we all have our secrets.
I'm a lot more than others. Drink!
Well, I'll drink.
Drink.
I'd say, Cashé, we won't have to roll. You haven't had a chance to go, so it's your turn.
I will turn to Al. And you can see I'm a little bit drunk right now.
You and me both.
Al, why do you mistreat poor Humphrey?
Mistreat Humphrey. Oh, Humphrey. Where are you, Humphrey? Where's Humphrey? I didn't
You
bring him
don't
here.
even know!
I brought him here with me.
Did you bring him with you?
I did.
He's sitting under the table, then.
Oh, okay. I don't mistreat him. I don't really know if it's fair to call him. I mean, I don't know. Does he remember these things? I don't really think he's that complicated a being.
How do you
suppose
know what he's saying?
He feels things to me.
Ah, that's a curious word you've used.
Yeah.
Feels things
Yeah.
to you. So he has feelings, which you abuse.
Well, he's never showed any sign of being. He's never asked me any questions. He's never in a mood or anything like that. He's just very much just in the moment, you know. I don't think I built a very large memory reservoir in him.
So he forgets the abuse. So that makes it okay.
You're making me feel terrible about this now. I'll be nicer to Humphrey, okay? I'll be nicer to Humphrey. Just what do you want me to do? I can't, you know, I can't exactly.
That's exactly what you said. Be nicer to him.
I'll try. Okay.
And as you take that drink, you notice two individuals actually approach your booth. One is a half-elven man, kind of young, with a black-skinned dragonborn close kind of behind him. The two of them are looking a bit nervous. They look in probably their early 20s, both of them, and they are... Cashé, you recognize their uniforms actually as almost kind of like training technicians in the military academy. They both approach you, and the half-elf looks to you, Cashé. Are you Colonel Cashé, the captain of the I'm going to say that wrong. I'm so sorry, it's so late. Swell de Polar, I think the name is. He says it much better than I do. Swell de Polar. Right, you're.
You literally see Cashé kind of like almost shrink in her chair. Yeah, I am. She kind of half looks up at them.
The Dragonborn kind of leans in. Sergeant's told us about you. Told us stories, at least. I mean, he said you and your crew charged the entire Imperial Raven fleet during the Red Skies. Like, you were all alone. You held off General Dune, his advancements onto Minera. You're a hero.
Yeah, thanks.
Please, and the half-elf kind of, please just let us buy you a drink at least. Like, this is, it's kind of like meeting our hero. Like,
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'll have a drink.
Okay, okay. And he
Yeah.
kind of pushes the dragonborn towards the counter, and he kind of just like kind of just stares at you, and then kind of looks at you, Fenris and Al and Gizmo, I guess, because Gizmo's still there. And it kind of just it's just incredible to actually like put a face to the name. You know, they talk about you quite a lot at the academy. Tell us stories, you know, kind of a.
Didn't realize I was such part of the curriculum now.
You're famous, Cashé.
She is. I mean, the things that she did in the war. I don't know why you're not recognized more often.
I tend to hide my face, and then I kind of tap the helmet that's beside me.
Oh, okay. And then Dragonborn comes back with a few drinks and kind of passes to you and passes to everybody. It's just the elder brew cider, and the half elf kind of goes, well, I mean, I can't believe this, that we're actually meeting you, but please, a toast. I think we need a toast. And kind of bangs the table and kind of starts to get everybody's attention. The music kind of dies down, and everyone slowly starts to kind of turn to look.
I visibly shrink more and more into
the half elf moves to the side, so is the dragonborn, so that everyone can kind of see. And he lifts up one of the mugs and goes, a toast to the Golden Panther, fearless protector of Minera. And everybody's like, ah! And they all join together, and it's a big toast. And Cashé,
Cheers.
you feel all of those eyes on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a roll, Amber.
No, just give me one moment.
Oh no.
Because we need to see how bad it is.
Oh no.
But as you, sorry, I've lost my, yeah, so you see people you recognize, people you don't recognize. The weight of the cheers begins to echo, spiraling through you like ripples of thunder. And I now need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. At disadvantage, please.
Oh, sound. Yeah, thanks. Wisdom, that's +1. So that's a 9.
Great. Where's my D4?
Did we succeed? 9.
Oh, shit. Alright. All those voices and claps begin to dampen, replaced with cannon fire and the smell of hot arcane fuel and burning flesh. As you, Cashé, struggle to keep your persona, all those eyes staring at you through you, the shouts and jeers angle down your spine. The rest of you see Cashé shrink into herself. And I would say, I'd say Al would be the only one. Al, you notice something odd as trails of what appears to be shadow begin to ooze from her wrist guards. Above all of you, the coils of glass baubles that are currently producing the light begin to flash and spark above you. Cashé, the ringing in your ears is like a sharp pain to your temple. You glance outward into the crowd, faces blurring, misshapen. You don't even see your companions anymore. They're disfigured. All except one. Tall, gaunt figure of shadow, standing at the very back, their head cocked to the side, with a horrible grin on their face. Widen more and more, misshapen, cracked teeth. For a moment you forget to breathe. For the rest of you, all the lights burst. you are all enveloped in cold, inky darkness.
I cast dancing lights.
And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh. Oh. No.
You sure you want to keep playing that, what the fuck is up with you with that?
Yeah, we do.
I realized that was the string and I pulled it.
Well done. Oh, we should sign off. Thank you so much for joining us for this slightly longer episode. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.